with Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanted to be said. 90 minutes for Phil to fill with so much time to kill, he promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as chat's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to enjoy, like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran through to feel so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. His supports us also slow and stays so low and fails to grow. You never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Most things over across the board we charge toward because the score can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us all feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch it creep, we play bingo while Phil will bitch on why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across our screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals our soul machine. He's not in burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if Andrew fanners chatters can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and slaps his leg before launching into a bike, pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of Claw's cat and fatty wife and all his strife while forgetting that tits done well and they were right. With drama he will react, but as an actor it's a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Pre-stream's nearly over and a win is in sight, with little white despite Phil's delight that tits were not light. We'll say alright, it is okay, and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tits will help from being off the other day, and with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won, and thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Monday the 31st of March 2025, otherwise known as the very last day of the fucking month. I do hope you're all doing very well indeed, and hope you're enjoying your week so far. We are beginning this week by having an end stream bingo thing, if that makes sense. You know, this is the final day of the month, which means of course after bingo today, we're going to have a marble race to see who wins half of that bingo prize fund. But of course, we'll get to that later on. For now, Phil's not there. In fact, I'm not sure if Phil's awake. The stream's at risk because Phil might not be awake. There is no sign of a bad man. He's not in his Kick chat. He's not in his YouTube chat. There's no sign of him being awake on Kick either because there's no fresh bans on Kick today. These bans are from like hours ago, like, you know, over 10 hours ago. This is mad time zone, right? So this is 11 hours ago. These bans. Bigger gun than E-Ralph, LT inside the armpit, sweat real, family cancer for pity fact. These bans were like 12 hours ago, you know. So there's no sign of Phil Burnell yet. Not sure if he's awake or whatever, you know. People in his chat is, I can barely keep up with his chat, you know. Going a fucking million miles a fucking minute. Agent Double Soul says tomorrow's last day of the month. I mean, we can't all live in the past like you. Today's the 31st of March. This is the end is here. The end is nigh. The end is right here, right now. The final is upon us. This is no more. There is no 32nd of March. You know, a day does not exist. Yeah, tomorrow of course is April Fool's Day. I won't be fooled by your shenanigans. Phil Burnell is awake and well, it seems like. He just turned up in the YouTube chat finally. Good morning all. So Phil has surfaced, and I'm sure you're all fucking pleased and glad to see that. Anyway, a couple of things to go over. But that's so a couple of random things, a couple of little clips here I went and got from Twitter here. DSP, Mr. Handheld, by chat in the game itself, complaining about anyone not figuring things out for themselves is beyond irony. What do I do? No one told me, stupid game devs.
But that's not the point. The point was to figure it out for yourself, because that is a measure of skill. How fast you can learn and adapt on a game is actually a measuring stick of skill.
But when Phil says that, but then I fucking turn to his audience and go, guys, how do you fucking do this bit? How do you fucking do that bit? He'll complain about the fucking game being too hard for him, too complex for him, because of the fucking puzzle he can't work out. So it's bizarre how that only applies to certain games, that sort of logic. Also, Phil kept falling asleep on stream last night. Both streams were both streams kept falling asleep. Look at him. Sleepy bastard.
Old bastard!
We see you fucking falling asleep, Phil. Fucking caught in 4K. Look at the eyes drooping. Look at that shit. So you fucking watching me trying to fucking stay awake at work. Goodness sake, man. Also,
Wandered into a
there's also a clip from Phil's Daily Traps. He's trying to justify quitting Disco Elysium. He's saying it's not a wage quit, but he's saying the chat was disengaged and didn't show up. Plus he was falling asleep. You know, he fell asleep on both streams effectively. But even though he made both goals yesterday, but it wasn't because of people loving what they were seeing. And I'll show you a good example of that very soon. But here is Phil justifying why he's probably going to fucking quit Disco Elysium even though he got $180 for playing it.
I wandered into a bookstore. This bookstore became a 2-hour-long side quest where you would keep uncovering more and more mystery, more and more story, more and more puzzles, more and more everything. Just kept going, more and more and more and more. And don't get me wrong, it was entertaining. But for the audience, a 2-hour narrative-based side quest, I think it kind of shocked them, okay? People stopped responding. There was a point, 7+ minutes, no one talked on YouTube. No one was tagging me. No one was talking with me or having any conversations. I was immersed in the game, and I was having a good time, but there was a disconnect. It felt
So, Phil, you failed to keep your audience engaged. It's not the game's fault. That's your issue. That's your fault. You can't blame the game for your audience getting bored because you weren't able to entertain them during a spell in the game where you were too busy engrossed in the game to pay attention to stream chat. And your stream chat you think suffered because of that. That's on you, Phil.
felt to me like I was playing the game for myself and not really for the audience. And that's not a good thing because I'm live streaming for an audience. Get it? Now, here's the funny part about all of that. Because someone might say, well, Phil, sounds like he's going to wage quit this game, which is one of the criticisms I've gotten over the last year, that if a game's not making me money, that I quit it. Well, guess what? I made $180 tonight.
Well, $130 coming from one person.
So, for those who like to say that in that kind of nonsense, you have to understand that's not the situation.
Actually, if I can counter that point by saying you're probably worried that one person cannot sustain the support for this one particular game anymore. But it's why that same person suggested you play this game in the first place. The person that told you to play Disco Elysium has probably given you the most money playing Disco Elysium, but maybe fucking actually warned you ahead of time that they can't give you any more money in the future because they kind of tapped out. So yeah, well, most of that $130 or $180 came from one individual.
The situation is I am a creator that's making content to entertain people. If the audience that was there live wasn't entertained, but a small group were, and they supported the stream because there was one giant tip from one person, and then a few others, a normal size tip from someone, and then some smaller contributions and all.
Phil, define what a normal size contribution is. Phil's definition of what is a normal size contribution would probably shock us all. For me, when I get my regular contributions, I would say my normal size contributions are you know, a couple of bucks, you know, which is normal. It's like, you know, I'm looking at my feed now, you know, the tips are usually like £1, for example. The super chats are usually like $2 or whatever, you know, and things like that. You know, I mean, that's par for the course. That's normal. That's the norm. For Phil though, Phil's definition of what a normal size contribution would be is probably in the double digits. Yeah, that means for Phil, a normal size contribution is like at least $10.
I'll add it up to $180, so we hit the goal. Now we're at 82 out of 90. But it definitely did not resonate with the whole audience. Most people were disconnected and not enjoying it. So here's the question. What do I do?
Who fucking
Do I keep
cares?
this game in the rotation? Do you know what I was told tonight? Disco Elysium is 40 hours. I'm 4 hours into a 40-hour game. I'm 1/10 in, and the entire audience was dead, disconnected, and not talking to me.
But that is an issue that you cannot blame the game for you failing to keep your audience entertained. That's like Christ Almighty, Phil. This is why can you not accept the fact that you had to fucking offer something to entertain your audience? It's not the game's responsibility to fucking keep your audience happy and satisfied. It is on you. You've got to bear some burden of responsibility to try and keep your audience engaged and entertained and like, I mean, some people seem to be enjoying the game. It's only the second time you fucking played it on your stream, and you're already going to drop it for reasons. I can only imagine I can only assume the real reason Phil's dropping it now is because the one person that's given him most money has probably said, I can't keep doing this, Phil.
So how do I treat this? I honestly don't have the answer. Do I continue playing it because I'm enjoying it and I'm getting support? Or do I listen to the live audience that said, yeah, this sucked, basically attendance dipped. We went from over 400 viewers down to less than 200 by the end of the night. And that's combined between both Kick and YouTube. We had that few attendees because people were saying the game is too boring.
Good job, you don't want to miss the views anymore.
So, I don't know. Maybe.
So yeah, that was Clutch from his daily crap. That's just fucking cringe. Fucking what else do we have? Shit, man. Broside Phil says he sent me something. Oh god. Oh, well, first of all, Sonny has managed to upgrade this image of like Phil. This is Phil. This is a screenshot from him yawning during gameplay yesterday. Let that sink in. And so Emma Roy's Reel had some fun with that and decided to make an image out of that using this. You know, so that's a bit of creativity right there. You know, and then Tackle had some more fun themselves by deciding to burger it up. Phil looks Phil's tired face looks disgusted. And Broside Phil sent me a clip, but balls, it's on Discord. Hold on, I need yeah. Why could your clip have not been from like YouTube? Boo. Hold on. Let me play this while I try and figure this out.
That sentence had too many syllables. Apologize!
Random Broside Phil sound clips are random. So yeah, Phil's in his chat. What's he saying? He's just finishing setting up. He's not done anything in Kick. He's barely done anything in his Kick chat, it looks like. I guess we'll, you know, hold on. Let me refresh this for 2 seconds and see. I mean, I guess like, you guys, so Broside Phil sent me a clip from Phil playing from yesterday. I guess we don't need to see it. Hearing it's probably fine.
Oh, you can see the women taking dumps in the bathroom? Oh! Why can you see into the bathroom? The women are taking big steaming dumps. Look, she's heaving on it. She's like, oh! Oh, she's trying to get it out. Oh! Oh! Why are they showing that? They should totally fix that. You don't want to see that. What the heck is going on?
Right. Right. Jesus Christ, man. What? I love how it's only women you don't want to see that for. Men, it's like fucking okay, give me more of that shit, hook me up. You know, I'll take your entire stock. That's Phil's mentality. If the guy doing it, he's like, yes, more. This is the real shit right here. But women? Phil ain't got time for that. So there's a compilation here made by Dickstroke and Phil Vlogs for his disaster stream with Ethan Ralph. You know, but before that, so this is Phil. So Phil changed the game he was playing in a day stream. He changed it to Enzoy, and it has to be seen to be believed. At this point in time, Phil has not hit the goal. Phil has almost hit the goal. He's short by about $14 or so. He's $132 or something, $136. But yeah, the game. So it's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock is about to hit. Phil clocks it on time. At least Phil stops playing the game on time, and yet he doesn't disappear straight away.
Yeah, look. Selling relationships by having conversations. Okay. I'll do like one more. Say it's hard to trust them. Ask them to become your colleague. I don't know what that means. Ask them to become your colleague? In what? Maybe in business? Well, she's leaving. She left. She didn't say goodbye. She just left. All right.
I also kind of thought it was just funny that fucking that random like sim sell person had enough of the Phil Burnell sim and just fucked the fuck off. $132. So Phil, right on at 4 PM, clocking out time. You know, he's short by $18 of the goal. And you think, okay, well, Phil's going to just fucking accept the L. No.
All right, well, let's save. And I say next time what we'll do, since his other motivations are to go to the park and like, go on a ride and surf, we'll probably use this day, Monday, to go down to the park and try to do those things, to get those daily achievements. We also have to eat before we leave, because as you can see, our hunger's like way high. So it's interesting. I like it's very similar to The Sims, if you didn't notice. It actually seems more complex from the get-go than Sims. There's like a lot more going on. Sims was more very basic and this is like getting more complex the further in I'm playing it.
Jesus fucking Christ, I'm actually reading Phil's chat while he's playing this game at a time. Like, Ryan Wilson, that's cool. Having friends is awesome. Like, Phil... Ryan, oh my god, poor Ryan. Please tell me he's LARPing.
I'm not saying anything negative. I like it. It's kind of fun to explore. There's a lot to do here. There's gonna be a lot to do in the town, you know, to actually like upgrade the house, the job. I'm excited for the first day on the job to see what they have you do when you're at work, right? That could be nice. So,
isn't I can tell it's a fake DSP playing a fucking fake simulated world because that fake DSP even has a job.
All right. So for Inzoid, that's an interesting start. Sorry it took me an hour to make my character, but hopefully you've enjoyed this first start. I'll play more this week for sure. We'll give it another go or two and see if it sticks and works as a playthrough that you guys actually want to see. And thanks for watching, Inzoid. Until next time. All right.
So there you go. So it took like a minute or a half or so to kind of officially, you know, end. So YouTube mode is ended at this point in time. Does Phil leave to go have dinner? I'll let you guys, you guys know what happens.
Guys, here's the deal. This is the end of the stream. Someone's going to drop this 18 bucks so we can hit the goal, right? I mean, come on. We've got a good audience today. People were interactive. People were supportive. We're literally 18 bucks. We can't hit that? We're just going to let the stream not count? I mean, if that's the case, then fine. It's not the end of the world. But I think that's silly that we were this close, right?
How long do you think this lasts, guys? How long do you think
exactly.
it lasts?
Asking you shall receive. We're so dang close. 18 bucks. That's what, 4 subs. That's 6 memberships. I think this will make good chill streams, Devin. I agree. And this week, I think we needed something new for the rotation. There's nothing. Next week, there's a new game coming out south of midnight, but we kind of needed something for this week. So I think this will actually hit.
Meth Bear tipped £5. Phil was only grossed out because it was women in the bathroom.
Agreed.
If it were handsome men, he would have been delighted and wanted to zoom in. Come out of the closet, piggy.
I mean, Phil probably would have spent the rest of the stream there if it was like men instead, probably, just because that's the way it seems to be his nature, you know. I will add that, so thank you very much for that, Meth Bear. Let me add that to the bingo prize fund, of course. Right, now that brings the bingo prize fund up to 512, because every single tip goes towards our bingo prize fund. So there we go. It's credit. You know, apparently Phil started to ban people on Kick today. So the kicks have started on, the bans have started on Kick apparently. Look at this. Like, Phil has this as part of his pre-stream art. This to Phil is entertaining. This to Phil is what he wants to have as content. You know? But, you can't, heaven forbid someone sends him that as a female. God, no, not allowed. But apparently Phil has started to ban people again. On Kick. Yeah. There's the first one right there. Deuce 03 was banned by DSP Gaming Real for forever. Fuck me, man. Yeah, so Phil definitely awakened this, and the bans have started on Kick as well. But yeah, like, so Phil, he starts recording and immediately says, well, money guys, money now. And so, how long do you think it lasts? I mean, spoiler alert, it lasts for like, he's there at 3 minutes past, he's there at 4 minutes past, he's there at 5 minutes past, he's there at 6 minutes past, he's there at 7 minutes past. Like, it's incredible the stalling he did to try and make sure that he got money sent to him. They kept saying it, guys, I can't do overtime. Like, so actually, I was watching this live at the time last night, and I was like quoting some of the things as well from from the hold on, I shared some of the quotes when I was like watching it live. So what was he saying to things? What was some of the quotes I got from him? So he says things like, I guess I'm not going to hit the goal, I can't believe it. I can't stall, I gotta get out of here. He was raging at others, complaining he skipped Fatal Fury. He kind of turned into a Q&A segment essentially. Phil saying not hitting the goals doesn't hurt him, which implies it's the audience that suffers if he doesn't get $150 instead. And then after all it's all said and done, Phil got like a random last second overtime what do you call it, like a fucking kick. I think it was like 5 kick subs. Also, this is Jesus, man. Yeah, Mister, I believe, sent me this. Mister sent me this on Discord, a screenshot here. You can probably see it actually on Phil's stream. If we go back far enough, you can probably see it. when Phil said hello at first on the stream. Yeah, Crimson YouTube bigger DSP Gaming. Hello! Jesus Christ. There we go, so that's what that screenshot was. So Crimson YouTube bigger. And immediately followed by Phil saying hello. That was first where, you know, Phil woke up. Phil was very late today. Phil was extraordinarily late today. Even by his own standards. Jesus Christ, I'm just fucking looking at the picture. Guy, speaking of Dexter Compel vlogs, we're about to fucking watch his video. Guys, not only is the dishwasher and the toilet broken, but now the shower too. Tip me so I don't have to bathe in a barrel. Bloody hell, man. So, yeah, this was cringe. Phil deliberately stalling, waiting and waiting and waiting for somebody to give him money so he could end the stream. And they kept saying, I can't do overtime, I can't do overtime.
Entirely. Like, I feel like I would play with it, and we'd probably maybe play through some of the arcade modes and have some fun. For a little bit, but it would get boring after a while. No one wants to see me play the game with every character single player. So people are going to say, go online. And the moment you go online, everyone's going to be a fucking tryhard who studied the people who already spoiled the game. And
so yeah, is this him basically complaining about people complaining about him not playing Fatal Fury?
But now we're not going to hit the be one more closer to our Minecraft meal DSP tries it, which is what you guys said you wanted for this week. So I'll see you tonight. Tonight's people keep asking is Disco Elysium on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. We're continuing on from last time where we had a really good time exploring.
So it looked like here he was almost accepting the fact that he's not going to hit it.
And someone wrote me this real in-depth email with tips, so I'm going to probably read that out when we start and try to implement those helpful things into the gameplay tonight, okay? All right? All right, guys, thank you. It was a great stream. I had a good time anyway. I'm actually looking forward to more because I feel like we barely scratched the surface of what the game is, and that it's going to be better the further in that we get. The problem is we had to get through that character creation, which took almost an hour, so we didn't really...
And there it is. Almost 9 minutes of overtime, and all of a sudden somebody in his kick side things. So somebody called Op360 Tom, whoever the fuck that is, decided to gift Phil 5 subs on Kick, which meant Phil hit his goal. So Phil couldn't stay and do overtime, he couldn't stall for overtime, he had to go and get dinner, waited almost 10 minutes past the point of no return just to ensure his goal was hit in the day stream. It was embarrassing, it was fucking ridiculous, it really was. Oh, I mean, he was super quick. I was just bailed from it. Yeah, he was super quick out of there. Like, yeah, it's like he's basically like, oh, guys, we hit the goal. He plays animation, and he fucks off immediately. You know, fucks off immediately. Anyway, let's watch Dexter Compel Vlogs compilation from the Ethan Ralph collaboration. In fact, I'm going to play this at one point. I'm going to play this at 1.25, I think. Wait, he didn't even do his coin shit. Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Phil didn't actually do the coins from last night. hold on. So let's fast forward. And also, by the way,
the side of the pop.
So this shit fell over. What happened to you?
Oh my god, look what popped up.
Oh yeah, he had his playlist up. That's what it was. So yeah, that shit here. Look at that shit.
More Disco Elysium. I'm excited to continue it. I actually had a good time with it when we played it last week.
Funny. Yeah, of course that wasn't his fault. Nothing he could do, guys. It was just his dumbass hands. Surprised Phil had the fucking strength for it. So yeah, here's what happened. So Phil's like, oh well, I guess we're not gonna hit the goal.
And that's the problem. I wish that we had a chance to spend more time with the game. Now it looks like some members or some subs are coming through. Hold on. It looks like some subs are coming through right now.
And then he complains about what type of they are.
It's weird because they popped up, but they're not showing right now. I'm just gonna say this, guys. If you're on Kick, you have to not use anonymous subs. Why? They don't work. The anonymous subs don't work at all. If you try to sub anonymously, they pop up anyway, and it screws everything up because sometimes they don't show up. All right, Op360 Tom, 5 gifted subs. Thank you, Op360 Tom. In fact, that was more than we needed. That's $25 of support, so we've done it. Thank you, Op360 Tom. I really appreciate it.
How organic was that?
That actually got us to 157 to end the stream. That means we're at 81 and climbing for the Minecraft DSP tries it at McDonald's. Minecraft meal, I should say, later in the week, okay? Okay, thank you, Op360 Tom. Thank you to everyone else who chilled and supported today. Let's take a break. See you tonight for Disco Elysium.
She's fucking wait. So no animation, no celebration, no reward, no, nothing. Well, I got the money. Great. I'm going to stuff my face full of food now. See ya, fuckers.
If you're not interested in that, tomorrow is more Atomfall, and tomorrow night is more Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, okay? Thanks, guys. See you tonight. Peace out. Disco Elysium on deck. See you then.
Jesus Christ, man. That was like, that's all I had to do. Like, he could have done that 8 minutes before it. But he refused to end the stream until somebody came along and made sure the goal was set. Wow. He really is turning more and more into LTG every day. Oh, it's Mrs. fucking Blackface, I guess. Broside Phil saying random information for all 62, 60s, hexadecimal for 220 and ASCII. Learning is fun. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, Phil's alive. Crap. What the fuck's he wearing today, man? Looks like he's wearing a fucking blouse. Oh, balls. Right, okay, we'll just, we'll put him on pause for now. Jesus, mate. Crap. I don't think Phil will be live already. I mean, I guess we can watch a little bit of this then, okay? We'll watch a little bit of this, but not all of this. We'll watch some of this, okay? This compilation from Dexter and Phil Vlogs, we'll watch some of it. But then we've got to get to the bingo. We can't stall too much for bingo today.
Phil Burnell, your supporters are dense. They're complete losers.
Exactly. These people are dumb. They're very dense. Thanks for the money, dummies. Band. Kevin's been on the whole time. Bounce. I'm actually a virgin. See this fucking piece of garbage disc? Thanks for the money, stupid fuck. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Smart Guys. I'm DSP, and with me, for the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen, a man who needs absolutely no introduction. A man who was the first person to jump on the chance to be one of the upcoming 3 co-hosts here on the Smart Guys show. Ladies and gentlemen, here with me live tonight is Ethan Ralph.
Now, wait a minute, hold on. Whoa.
It was kind of cringe that he fucking had to have his own walk on. Like, the camera was on the whole entire time. He's just listening for the introduction so he can walk on to fucking shoot, you know, as soon as he's introduced by Phil, he like walks into fucking frame. Like it's some sort of fucking wrestling promo. I'm joined here by Ethan Ralph, and he fucking just walks in his shot, and he's probably picturing like a crowd cheering in like some sort of fucking arena because his face has just appeared on screen or something.
Whoa.
Ethan, how are you tonight?
Like, all right. You know what I mean?
Thank you for being on the show and for being a professional about it. You were very eager because a couple weeks ago, as everyone knows, I gave the former host of this show the boot for very good reason.
I apologize. Maybe, some people are shocked by the weight differential in between there. He weighs a lot more than me, by the way. He weighs 800 pounds. I'm down to 175.
Anyway, after his behavior, I gave him the boot, and I didn't really know what to do with this show because this was a co-op commentary show. I could do it myself. Everyone knows that I can run a ship. I've done it for 17 years pretty much solo, but co-op commentary is always better than just one person yapping. And then before I even had publicly announced that I was looking for co-hosts, you threw your hat into the ring with a post over on X. Now, I'm curious, Ethan, why was it that you were so eager to jump in and make yourself a candidate?
Well, first off, I hate Ashton Parks. I mean, let's just be real. I think he's a scumbag, and he always has been a scumbag. When I hear his takes, and this sounded like a fat, overgrown baby who doesn't understand the business whatsoever and never drew a dime. And so, when I saw the position was open because 800-pound Ashton Parks can't fucking walk, I thought that I would be a good fill-in. So, I have a personal grudge. I don't want to sit here and lie in front. But also, I feel like this guy's a poser and a freak and a fraud. He was born in 1996. I was born in 1985. I lived through the Attitude Era, through the great times of wrestling.
Phil lived through the Attitude Era as well, but he intentionally skipped it and bypassed it because he was busy fucking dive into fucking Street Fighter and all shenanigans. Phil kind of, no, I don't believe Phil cared much for the Attitude Era, What
we should do is actually talk a little bit about you and your history with wrestling, because some people are under the impression the only reason that you were interested in being on the show was drama, but actually that couldn't be further from the truth.
We talk about his only explanation so far for wanting to go on the fucking show was basically to fucking razz Kino Casino and bitch and whine and moan about Ashton. And you're fucking giggling away because he kept bringing up Ashton 800 pounds, and it's perfectly fine to call Ashton a big beefy bitch, but no, heaven forbid we fucking mention that Cat Burnell is even heavier than Ashton.
This is what I told somebody else the other day. And they said, why would you want to do a wrestling show with Phil Burnell? And I said, for one reason, Phil's totally dumb to the business. And second off is I was at MSG in 2019. I was at WrestleMania in 2019. I was at Royal Rumble. I mean, excuse me, WrestleMania. You know, like you know, that's my.
Who the fuck cares, Ralph? Look, I've been to some wrestling shows in the past as well. Whenever WWE have been in the UK, so I've been once to an event in London, and I've been once to an event in Manchester. Both times I went with my dad. My dad hates wrestling. My dad wasn't a big fan of wrestling, but I grew up enjoying wrestling. You know, my teenage years, whatever. The first thing I went to was Manchester, and then later in line I went to London, and we've seen like a couple of events here. You know, so yeah. Like, and he wasn't a big fan of wrestling, but he wanted to kind of, you know, be a good father, which is what he was, you know what I mean? So he took me to see it, you know what I mean? That's a long journey. Glasgow to fucking London is not exactly close. You know, I've got to fucking train down that shit. We stayed overnight in fucking London. Crazy, man. But yeah, it's like, so I've been to some wrestling shows before, but doesn't make me an authority on talking about wrestling, though. Just because you, like, consumed the product a couple of times doesn't mean you know what you're talking about.
My life, like I this is my lifeblood. I'm from Memphis, and so
I'm from Memphis. So are like thousands of people. Philip says my family's claim to fame when it comes to wrestling is my mom got clipped by a chair from Nature Boy Ric Flair. Woo! The fucking Nature Boy. Surprised fucking Ric Flair didn't ask her a number. He is a bit of a womanizer.
I would be a good fill-in. Actually, I'm kind of built for this, right? I like the remake you did for the graphics too. That's pretty cool.
Thank you. You know, shout out to Lady Charisma. She's the one who actually redesigned the logo to be them, because this is like the modern SmackDown logo, and she redesigned it to say "Smart Guys."
Lady Charisma? Is she hot? Is she singing?
I would not know. I'm a married man, and I don't pay any attention to any of this stuff.
I'm not. Well, technically, I'm married, but you know, whatever. Shout out to Jade Rasmussen as well. I've seen him in your chat.
Okay, so to make it
Hey, Jay got a shout out for me for Ralph. Hooray!
clear how the show's going to work, it's this simple. We are going to be doing wrestling commentary. Yes.
Be careful, Chris. You just doxed yourself there. Now I know how to find you, Chris. He's in Memphis. Get him. The trolls are going to get you, Chris.
Obviously, if you like the content, please support it. You can support it on YouTube with super chats or memberships. You can support it over on Kick with subs, or you could tip on either service. And I'm going to be reading out contributions only if they're trying to hate on whoever the host happens to be that week. This is the Ethan Ralph shooting gallery. Tear the guy a new butthole. In addition to that, we still are doing the promotion where for every $100 that I raise on the show, we're going to do a live opening of one of these WWE Topps Chrome pack of cards.
Give Phil your money so we can open some packs.
There you go. All right, let's start because we got a whole bunch of shout outs to do to open the show. We start with Ice Mexican, $5 super chat. The starfish send his regards, Suffa. I don't know what that means.
Do you want me to explain to you what that means?
If you know what it means, sure.
Ashton Parks, who weighs 800 pounds and can only walk 20 feet at a time, he spread his butthole, I'll say, since we're
great.
on YouTube. He spread his butthole live New Year's 2018. I'm not sure why he did that. He did do that, and the picture is out there. He said that I got him kicked out of his church because I reported him to his church for spreading his butthole on air, which I didn't do.
Are you insinuating that PPP would lie about something, Ethan?
I know, it was shocking. I thought it was funny when he did what he did.
Says two serial liars on fucking streams with no. Oh my god! Like, I mean, spoiler alert. You know, Kino lies all the time. Phil lies all the time. Even Ralph lies all the time. It's the internet. Everyone fucking lies all the fucking time. Like, oh god, yeah. So this is what Phil thought was high quality content. This is what Phil said was the best smart guys ever, the most successful smart guys ever, the most popular smart guys ever. It was just Ethan Ralph, like fucking rambling incoherently, you know, just spewing hatred towards Kino Casino with Phil fucking giggling awkwardly in the background, and then Ralph having to explain his fetishes to Phil because he had some contributions which he didn't understand. But the starfish fucking thing or whatever. Like, what? Jesus Christ, man. Like, so, oh my god. It gets worse.
Yeah. And I have the video. Maybe I'll post it after.
Yikes.
I don't understand why
All right,
I did that.
thank you to Slayer. Re-upped his membership tonight, so thank you to Slayer for re-upping your membership. Nichols with a $20 super chat. Where did you get the nickname Rim It Ralph?
I never denied enjoying women's buttholes, we'll say. And they actually ate what was inside of that. But you can go around the rim, Phil. You know what I mean. Maybe you don't know what I mean.
Well,
but,
you know, to each their own. Some people like to talk about that stuff publicly and some don't. So, you know.
Hey, I'm just being real. Like, you know what? The ladies love it. And I will step outside real quick. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
No problem. I'll do
At this point in time, it just derails. Like, Ralph has to fuck off to, like, sell Medicare or something, and when he returns, the change in him is very noticeable.
More shout-outs while you're gone. No problem at all. All right, so we got Han Solo 2069 with a $5 super chat. I've never donated to the channel before, but I do like this Ralph guy, and I hope that he sticks around. Andy Grundy with a $5 super chat. Ralph is the ultimate co-host. Let's go, Suffa PPP. It's too bad he wasn't here to hear that one. I bet he would have appreciated that. And then Einstein Theory with a $5 super chat. Ralph knows every card, every lore, everything you must learn. PPP's butthole will soon be familiar to you. That's absolutely disgusting. I don't ever want anything like that to be familiar to me. Okay. We have tips to shout out as well. We got a $5 tip here tonight from Flatman B. Eat a bag of dicks, all the detractors. Let's fucking go. Well, thank you so much to Flatman B. That's our first tip of the night. And
Flatman B, isn't that the same motherfucker that's always like fucking saying, Jesus, but if you know shit, wow. What guy? That guy's always giving Phil money, like, $2 and $5 and all that shit. I hope you and your family are well, Jesus be with you, whatever. That same Flatman B bought his way towards a moderatorship on YouTube. And then fucking saying, oh, the detractors can eat a bag of dicks. Like, how homophobic of Flatman B all of a sudden? I thought he was a wholesome individual.
we got another $5 tip here from Slayer. How you doing, Slayer? NXT this week was great with 2 title defenses. Says there was Stephanie Vacker with the NXT Women's tip and the NXT.
She is so sexy, by the way, Phil. I'm sorry.
I do not watch NXT because I don't know how. Where do you watch it, Ethan? How do you see NXT?
Well, do you want a membership to Extreme Wrestling Torrents?
I don't know.
Don't say that live on air, but it's an educational.
So that's how you watch it.
Well, do you know how to use torrents?
Dude, I used torrents the day they came out. I got in trouble for using torrents in the 2000s. Right, I got cease and desist letters in the mail telling me to stop torrenting.
Ooh, you're odd. Shall we know?
Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
I'm telling you.
By the way, there's a couple people who already are complimenting you tonight and saying that you're doing a good job. I'm not even looking at attendance or anything, but I'm to understand that we have like record high attendance for this show and everything. Like, people are going crazy. So
of course they are.
As viewbotting.
Because me and you are 2 fucking legends. We're 2 fucking kings. Antediluvian kings, as Galvinson would say.
Speaking of what we're talking about, we got a $20 tip. This person says, Ralph is a bit of a controversial character. Are you considering any other individuals of this caliber? I have 2 more hosts lined up. I've tried to go.
Oh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
First off, I know it's not Merge because he told me it wasn't. Unless he lied to me. And then they said it was Beardson. That was what Fat Ass said. It was Merge and Beardson.
Who's Merge? I've never heard of this guy before. But somehow he's going to be the next host. I don't even know who he is. I don't even know who you're talking about. You're so ridiculous. You got your psychic. You have the insider info, right? No, let me tell you this. Absolutely no one knows who the next 2 hosts are. That's all I'm going to say. No one actually knows. Okay.
So any predictions that have been made are wrong.
To my knowledge, yes. I don't think anyone has hit it on the head yet. All right, let's see here. We've got...
To your knowledge, Phil, you have limited knowledge.
Lord Licorice with a $5 super chat. Ralph should stay so far. This is really good stuff. There you go. You're actually getting some nice compliments.
What is good about fucking Ralph just stood up and just fucking rambling incoherently? Fuck it, hell, man. You're just saying, real question, where did the Beardson and Mersh rumor start? It may have been fueled by Kino Casino. I'm not entirely sure. Kino Casino apparently started that rumor mill. So, yeah, and MFP also quoting what Ralph said, antediluvian kings. Because even Ralph wants the King of Hate title. Even Ralph thinks it'd suit him better. So yeah, it was, Kino Casino, specifically it was Ashton, Triple P, he said it was those 2. But Phil was claiming that it's wrong. So yeah, like, if you guys want to, so I'm going to stop it there. It was bad. It gets worse. It gets worse and worse and worse. Ralph starts practically falling asleep on stream, rambling incoherently. They have to skim through the rest of the wrestling part of the fucking wrestling podcast because I get fucking too sidetracked just fucking talking about Ashton and his 800-pound arse. Bloody hell, man. Awful, 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 awful stuff. But yeah, you want the link to watch the rest of this is in the chat right now, so I just linked it in the chat if you want to watch the rest of this compilation from Dickstroke and Phil Vlogs. So yeah, there you go. But guys, let us now focus on bingo, because it is time for bingo. And obviously for bingo, we need a bingo number. So the first number in chat, the very first number in chat I see. Good. The first come, first serve. Fuck it. Whoever gets there gets it, but the very first number in chat I see will be what we use for today's bingo card, and the very first number in chat I saw was from Emma Royd, who says 1651. Now that is a robust number indeed. So yeah, there we go. Emma Royd was first to the punch. Well done to you. Let me type in 1651 here. And there we go. This is today's bingo card we have for today's show. We need Phil to say and do the following. We'd Phil to touch his face, him getting at least $50+ in support, him snorting, him saying they're wrong, and him displaying some YouTuber jealousy. The second row is Phil discussing the weather in some way, him slapping his leg, him saying detractor or trolls, him saying would argue and support. The third row is Phil touching his eye, him saying that being said, shout to that being said, him saying birthday, momentum, and you know what I mean. The fourth row is Phil smacking his lips, him saying on demand, update, community, and people saying. The fifth and final row is Phil saying excited, schedule, so anyway, him laughing randomly, and finally, him saying life. So that's today's bingo card we have for today's show. Now, of course, the aim of the game, as you guys will know by now, is for us to try and get a full house 25 out of 25 on a bingo board you see before you on the screen. And of course, to try and get a full house, we have a variety of ways for us to get free spaces to help us on our way to a full house. For example, if Phil burps, sips, or snorts 10 times before he starts recording for his shitey gameplay, that gives us all a free space. For every 6 minutes and 40 seconds that Phil begs, that too gives us a free space. For every 5 new or rejoining members we have to the channel, that also gives us a free space. And finally, in my opinion, the best way for us to get free spaces for the bingo board. If we get 100 likes on this bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, not only do we get free spaces, but you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations to celebrate the 100 likes on the stream. So you guys are in full direct control of some of the ways we can get free spaces, but the rest of the ways are controlled by Phil and his bizarre bonus functions, as well as him begging like the little bitch that he is. So there we go. Now, of course, today is a very final day of the month. After we finish playing bingo today, we are going to have a marble race to determine who gets to win half of that bingo prize fund. Also, hello Ramon Sanchez, how you doing, pal? Don't worry, I'm going to make sure the strange people are fucking butchering your name stay away from you today. Yeah, you got named 3 different times by people. It's just weird. Like it's like you got some sort of strange stalker who's trying to call you out the other day. I'll make sure they stay away from you. You're safe in here, Ramon Sanchez. But yeah, I'll say, so bingo, we win bingo today. We mean win or lose today, bingo. You know, if we win today, it adds $10 more to that bingo prize fund. But of course, that bingo prize fund is made up of a variety of different things. You know, if we win bingo today, it adds $10. You know, cool. If we for every single tip that comes in as well, it also adds. It gets added to bingo prize fund, and also a quarter of the income I make on YouTube for the month of March goes towards that bingo prize fund as well. So that bingo prize fund is going to go a bit more. But you know, even after today's said and done, it will still go up a bit more. Is what I'm trying to say. Whoever wins bingo, will how do you? I need to find a better way of wording this because I'm fucking going in circles. But you get what I'm saying. This is not the final figure. It will go a bit more between now and then in the start of April essentially, because that's when I get my details and analytics through from YouTube. You know, the end of March. That's what I'm trying to imply. That's what I'm trying to say here. You know what I mean? It's just fucking. I got there eventually. But yeah, as I said though, remember, if you want a chance of winning half of that bingo prize fund, listen to the bad man.
Well, hello everyone, Phil Burnell here, letting you know about King Jad's Bingo and Marbles gameplay on YouTube. Now, you need to leave a post in the community tab to enter, and that's it. A lucky winner will be picked by playing Marbles at the end of the month. It is just that easy, any mouth-drooling idiot can do it.
You heard a fucking prick. Make sure you've got a comment on that community post so you're in for a chance of winning half of that bingo prize fund. Okay? Okay, now the only thing left for us to do is just for us to press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off to battle once more.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
And on that note, it is time for bingo. Good luck everybody. Here we fucking go.
Good morning, everyone. On today's show, it is the final day of March. And even though this awesome month is ending, it doesn't mean that the awesome times are ending, because we've got a lot of good stuff coming up, which we're going to talk about on today's show. Notably, we have a lot of topics to cover, including what's the future for Disco Elysium? What is the schedule now that I've got some new games thrown into the mix out of nowhere? Also, I want to get caught up on a lot of things going on, notably My birthday bash is in less than a week. We still haven't really solidified what we're doing for it, but I do have a big update in that regard. Also, it's DSP Tries It time because on this very stream, we'll be doing Chick-fil-A's Smokehouse Barbecue Sandwich, but we got to figure out what else I'll be ordering. So we've got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of updates, and a lot of fun. It is a month-ending show on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
And that's, of course, 3 titles straight away. Good start. Very strong start. Indeed. Yeah, Steve says no dragon for fruit. No dragon for real fruit. No, not yet. What the hell is he wearing? It honestly looks like he bought it from Kat before she fucking turned, before she couldn't fit into it anymore. I think Phil has been raiding Kat's fucking wardrobe when she first moved in.
Alrighty, everyone. Well, good morning and welcome to the show. It's Monday, the 31st of March, 2025. Indeed, it is the final day of the month. It was a great month overall. Lots of great content, fun playthroughs, smart guys continuing, Lego builds finishing. We had a really good one, right? And before we begin, everyone say hello to Jasper, our special guest this morning. I would just like to say thank you for a great start to the week. Yesterday, we hit goals on both streams, meaning we're now at 82 out of 90 goals hit. At 90 goals, the next DSP Tries It reward is the McDonald's Minecraft meal, which launches tomorrow here in the United States. So, if you're interested to see what comes in that meal, to see the special packaging, the collectible, and more, let's hit these goals this week and keep that momentum rolling. Thanks in advance. Now, also, with today being the final day of March, excuse me, it also means that today's a unique day where anything that you contribute today, I will basically benefit from right away. It doesn't matter if you contribute on the YouTube side with super chats and memberships or subs over on Kick. Of course, tips I always get immediately, but since it's the end of the month, it means I'll be getting the benefit from that right away. It's great to have a strong end of the month always. So, if you like the stuff today, please contribute. Let's hit the goals. Let's get to 84 goals today, one on each stream, if not even better, and let's get that momentum continuing throughout the week. Let's get our first contributions of each kind, and let's go, all right? Cool. All right, so what is going on? A heck of a lot. All right, this week...
He sounds like he's, ill or something. You get what I'm saying? Like, his throat sounds fucked up today. Is that just me that thinks that, or does he just sound like he's actually... Is it a hangover? Has he got allergies? Is it, I don't know, but he sounds a bit more fucked up than usual.
It's a very busy week, but then we've got my birthday marathon coming up on Sunday. We've got a 100 goals celebration.
Who fucking cares?
Which we have to now plan for, which we don't even know what it's going to be. Like, what's going to be the reward at 100 goals reached? I don't know.
Steve, no. This is 1 point. Is he at normal speed? Steve, come on, behave yourself. As if I'd fucking let anyone endure Phil Burnell at normal speed. No. We're at 1.5. We have some speed. We're 90 minutes behind live DSP. This is 1.5.
Because we're already doing a marathon for my birthday, which kinds of, changes things a little bit. Normally the marathon would be every 50 goals, right, Jasper? Right, buddy? But now we're already doing it on Sunday. So what in the heck are we going to do for the 100 goals reached? I don't know. So we got to figure it out. And we haven't even begun that discussion yet. But in reality, we didn't even figure out exactly everything we're doing on my birthday. Like, we know that I'm going to play Minecraft. We know that I'm going to build a Minecraft Lego set. And we know that I'm going to try this other new game that came out on Steam that you guys brought up, I guess, yesterday. I forget what it was called. Section 1, Sanction 1, Substance 1. Something to do with, like, a drug-dealing cartel or something, right? So I'm not sure what else we're doing that day. We are going to have food. My wife's going to make some food. Schedule 1. Thank you. It's called Schedule 1. So we have a few things lined up. But is that really enough for the entire birthday event? I don't know. Maybe on the birthday event, we just kind of see what else people want for people that are there.
Cares?
Some people are saying, play more Inzoi. Well, I'm going to be playing Inzoi this week. We'll talk about that a little bit because we played it yesterday out of nowhere. It wasn't originally planned, and I have some feedback regarding it. And I'm curious what you guys thought. So we got a lot to talk. Kick is offline. You're right. Kick went offline. What happened?
Lol.
Kick went down. That's weird. That's only happened once before. Let me try again. That's weird.
Can you imagine if Kick banned him or something?
Do you think Jasper touched the keyboard and turned off Kick?
It's Jasper's fault.
The Ramon fan club tipped £3.
God.
I will just say Ramon instead of his full name. Smash that like button for 3 free spaces. Re
What? Stop that. No more. Enough now.
Derail.
Get the fuck out of here!
Thank you very much for the contribution, the Ramon fan club. The Ramon Sanchez fan club out in full fucking force. There you fucking go. Bizarre as that, it's text-to-speech deals of like things like that's so weird. You think it should be the same tone. It's just a letter E over and over and over again in one, but no, it's like it changes pitch and tone and annotation. It's like E. It's like it goes up and down for fuck's sake. But there you fucking go. Thank you to the Ramon fan club for that. And of course, that goes directly towards that bingo prize fund. Nice derail. Now we're 20 minutes behind DSP. Oh fuck.
Squeaky wheels. Jade tipped £1.
No.
Squeak, 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 squeak. Kick is offline. That's been my life.
Jesus, man. The kick stream disabled, and Jade's like, I can relate. I too am disabled. Kick's just like me, for real, for real.
That's weird. Do you think Jasper touched the keyboard and turned off Kick?
So it's Jasper's fault.
Maybe he did, because nothing else happened, and now it's working fine. I think Jasper might have touched the keyboard. I think Jasper was up here and went boop, and he turned off Kick somehow. I don't even know how he did that. Yeah, I don't even know what button turns on and off the Kick feed. There's a button to click, but he didn't touch
Agent 2KJ doing God's work.
my mouse, but I think he did touch the keyboard. All right, that's pretty funny. Well, my apologies to the Kick viewers this morning. That was not intentional. I think Jasper accidentally turned the stream off. We'll know if Kick turns off again, then something is suspect, but I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Okay, anyway, so, obviously, we need to plan for the birthday marathon, which we will today. We'll talk a little bit more about that. We need to talk about the 100 Gold Reward. But in addition to all of that, there's some other stuff going on. For example, I played Disco Elysium last night, and I have some mixed feelings about it, which I'd like to share with you. Notably, I'm wondering, is it something that I should continue playing or not? And it has nothing to do with support at all. Just being honest, okay? And then in addition to that...
$130 or the $180 you got for playing Disco Elysium was from one person, Phil. So that person has fucking said, Phil, I can't do this much longer, then yeah, I would argue it could be to do with support. One person cannot carry the entirety of the fucking streams on their fucking back.
I want to give you guys a few different updates, one of which is about the DSP throwback channel, because I got a few questions about it over the last few days, and I'd like to give everyone an update and go from there, okay? So we have a lot to talk about. We do.
He is snorting. We're going to get 3 spaces of snorts, at least. That is fantastic.
Ton going on, and once we get through all of this stuff, then we can maybe jump into some Q&A and stuff like that. There's no notable game news today. I've been looking for game news, not much. In a couple days, we're going to be blasted with game news when the Switch 2 Direct happens, in which case that's probably going to be all the buzz and all the rage when it comes to gaming talk for like the next couple of weeks. So we'll get there, okay? Okay. Excuse me. So, Burger. Let's talk. Where do we even begin? I don't even know where we begin at this point. Here, let's just do this. Let's get the DSP throwback topic out of the way, so that way we can move on to other stuff regarding the schedule-wise and stuff like that, because this is kind of an unrelated topic, okay? So,
basically, Darc is fucking thrown in a till it seems to help and fucking, help him fill up his channel. And so therefore, DSP throwback is on hiatus. Darc looks like he was solely responsible for trying to fucking, have all the videos. So, Phil's team of editors behind the fucking scenes was essentially Darc all by himself, it seems. And now Darc's fucked off from helping Phil. DSP throwback is on hiatus.
Last year, in January of 2024, I rebranded my old KO Gaming channel that had been sitting unused on YouTube for something like 6+ years. Okay, originally that channel was supposed to be a edited content channel, and for a whole year, it was reviews, countdowns, highlights, topical videos, video essays, etc. It was a pretty good channel for a year. It actually had a video that brought in over 1 million views. It actually made me a lot of money. Okay, it was a profitable endeavor, and I was actually balancing where half the day I would stream and half the day I would video edit for that channel. What ended up happening is the channel went defunct in 2018 when YouTube demonetized it for no reason. And I mean that. There was literally no reason. They didn't give me a reason. They didn't check in and tell me, oh, you violated a rule. They just made it so every video that I uploaded to that channel was demonetized. When I asked them about it, all they would do is send me a form letter response. Oh, here's the reasons why we demonetized. I said, yeah, but the channel has none of those, so why do you keep demonetizing it? And they never responded. So the channel sat there completely unused for many years as a backup.
Phil, they gave you reasons, they gave you fucking explanations. Let's be fucking real here. If Phil was genuinely truly that upset about the KO gaming stuff being demonetized, no fucking reason whatsoever, do you think he would have stayed on YouTube? He went and fucked off from Twitch the fucking second he couldn't make money on Twitch anymore. He went straight back to fucking YouTube because he could fucking make money on there. Do you honestly think Phil Burnell would have fucking stayed on YouTube had he fucking, you know, like what is to stop Phil? So what is to stop YouTube from doing to DSP Gaming what they done to KO Gaming? You know, like Phil was claiming, oh, there was no reason whatsoever, but they clearly gave you a fucking reason, and clearly that reason was, you know, like I assume you tried to appeal it, it didn't work either. And so, therefore, you're found guilty in some capacity of, you know, doing something which made that channel unmonetizable. I assume it's like some of the fucking... I assume it was the mainly negative content you had. It's basically you bitching, whining and moaning about games. What was the fucking game? What was the fucking video got you 1 million views on KO Gaming? Like, you reviewed Homefront, The Revolution or something, and you just, you know, you razzed the crap out of it, you know, and it got a lot of attention. And you tried to repeat that formula, and it didn't really catch on.
Channel. There was one point where YouTube had screwed up DSP Gaming because of Google Plus back when that was tied to it and was a thing, and I used the channel as a backup to upload, but for the most part, it just sat there dormant as a, you know, if I ever needed it as like a failsafe or whatever. But then, over the course of several years, some ideas started to sprout up amongst the viewers, and one of the ideas was, did I ever think of possibly restoring some lost playthroughs? For example, I didn't always upload all my gameplay to the DSP Gaming channel here on YouTube. I used to have other channels. So, for example, I used to have DSP Street Fighter, and I used to have Red Dead DSP, and I used to have like Final Fantasy 13 DSP or something like that. I don't even actually remember what it was called. It was like Dark Side Full Final Fantasy 13 or something like that. Now, the reason those channels existed is because way back when, over a decade ago, there were certain companies that were very copyright happy when it came to claiming stuff. Rockstar was one of them. Square Enix was one of them. So whenever you were going to post up a playthrough of one of those games, you had to be apprehensive, were you going to get hit with copyright takedown requests, okay? So I ended up setting up these separate channels for those playthroughs to protect my main Dark Side Field channel. Well, guess what? The playthroughs went up without a hitch. People liked them. They got hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of views total. And they just kind of sat there, archived on these channels for many years, not even monetized. I never even put ads on those playthroughs, okay? What ended up happening was over the years, I just kind of forgot about the channels because everything got uploaded to DSP Gaming. But then, all of a sudden, probably around like 2016-ish, someone got illegal access to the channels. They found this backdoor loophole with the whole Google process and found a way to log into the channels without my permission and take control of them, completely stealing them. Like, I couldn't even get them back. I tried, and I couldn't get control of the channels back. Okay? They then streamed sports footage, including football and other stuff, and got the channel shut down. So basically what ended up happening was, there were big prominent playthroughs from my history that had been lost to time, and there was no way to see them.
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you, Eric Denson, for a super chat. It says, Father, I pray he gets demonetized one day. I mean, it could happen. I mean, he's... Let's be real here. Let's be crystal fucking clear here. If Phil ever does get... If YouTube ever does decide, you know what, we're not going to monetize this channel anymore, we're fucking done with this person, he still has a couple, you know, obviously DSP Gaming is a big one. DSP Gaming getting demonetized would crush him. It would ruin him. He would be financially crippled. You know, that's the big one. DSP Reacts, to an extent, would, you know, that being demonetized would hurt him. It would be a very sore one for him, but it's manageable. The throwback channel, he probably doesn't even fucking notice the fucking money from that shit, you know. But nah, it's but the DSP Gaming is a fucking bread and butter for him. That's the fucking one that is the big important one. If that ever got fucking demonetized, he would be monumentally fucked. But is that ever going to happen? I don't. It's just, it's like YouTube have never cared before about some of the things that Phil does. You know, like Phil has seemingly violated multiple terms of service before in the past, and YouTube have always kind of given him a slap on the wrist, it seems. You know, whether it's him dropping some homophobic slurs or whatever, or whether it's him having like some, you know, it doesn't seem to matter. Him like threatening his fans or whatever, banning people for not giving them money or whatever on streams, on YouTube streams, doesn't seem to fucking affect him. You know, I mean, he gets reported sometimes. We know this. You know, we're very aware of Phil gets reported sometimes, and it looks like he's just giving a slight warning every single time. You know, I think his status essentially as well. He's like a verified YouTuber. You know, he's got a fucking tick mark, you know, next to his fucking name. You know, so that probably gives him some certain degrees of protection as well, to a certain extent. So, I mean, if Phil ever does get demonetized on YouTube, it would cripple him. And essentially, all he could do then is probably throw all his eggs into one basket, go entirely all in and kick, try and get, you know, he would probably try and increase his engagement on Kick, try and get signed up more with Kick, you know, because remember Kick have a thing where they actually they'll pay you to stream, you know, if he goes full time with Kick, he would actually technically earn a wage, at least for now with Kick, because they offer that incentive for some streamers where the more you stream, you get paid a certain amount per hour streaming on Kick. So he would probably go all in, you know, if YouTube ever did shit can him. Who knows what the future will hold, but yeah, he's got to be fucking careful of what he says and does with YouTube, because he cannot risk biting the hand that feeds him, quite literally.
What happening was, there were big prominent playthroughs from my history that had been lost to time, and there was no way to see them. They were gone from the internet. And people were pretty upset that you couldn't watch my original Red Dead Redemption playthrough, or my original LA Noire playthrough, or the Final Fantasy 13 playthrough. Well, a few years ago, I just happened to be doing a closet clean out event. Over the course of the summer, there was some downtime, and I did a big marathon where I just sat here cleaning out my closet, finding all kinds of goodies. We found collectibles, artwork, old games, all kinds of stuff. But notably, one of the things that we found was all of the external hard drives that I used to use to store all of my original YouTube content. And these span from 2008 all the way through like 2018. It's like a ridiculous amount of time, a decade of archived footage. Now, after that, I decided I didn't need to back up stuff anymore because, you know, modern YouTube, you easily have ways to get these files downloaded, etc. So, when we found those hard drives, eureka, an idea hit. Phil, since you still have all of those original playthroughs hard stored on these hard drives, would you ever consider re-uploading them on the internet so people can now watch them again? And we talked about this for like 2 years, how to do it. Because my concern was, if I were to upload those videos here to DSP Gaming, this channel would be absolutely overwhelmed with gameplay videos. We already have hours and hours of videos that I upload to this channel a day. Now imagine uploading even more, okay? Even more. And it's absolutely ridiculous, all right? So, I didn't want to do that. And we waited, and we talked about it, and finally, working with certain people, editors behind the scenes, and people who wanted to help out, I figured out a project. And the project was called DSP Throwback. We rebranded the KO Gaming channel as DSP.
Here's a fucking project. They would do all the fucking work and you would profit. So, you know, the work that Phil had to do was uploading the fucking shit on his old hard drives for his editors to then work on behind the scenes. They would have to fucking do all the editing. They would have to fucking do all the fucking efforts to fucking make it look better. You know, fix the fucking sound issues, the graphical issues, or whatever, try and fucking make it, and, you know, and all that crap. So Phil's legwork essentially was just uploading the crap. Other people to put the hours and hours and hours and hours of fucking work into. I made a tweet about this today. I made a fucking tweet about this, you know. I called it, so let's clip here. DSP Throwback is on indefinite hiatus. And yeah, this is from yesterday's stream. This is why he's addressing it now as well, because he briefly addressed it yesterday.
What happened to DSP Throwback? The channel is on an indefinite hiatus. I can give you full details about that on the podcast tomorrow. I don't want to go into it today. It's a combination of factors between cost, actual interest and engagement.
Don't know why it's so low.
One of the editors having to go on hiatus.
The only editor going on hiatus, it seems.
So because of 3 things that are kind of going on at once, we haven't really worked on the channel. I'm not even kidding you. You are the first person who asked. And there hasn't been a new video over there in about a week and a half. So that just goes to show you there wasn't much interest in the channel anymore, at least for the...
Well, no shit, we've told you that for the longest fucking time, Phil. You always called it a fucking passion project to try and make sure your old crap was archived.
Restoration projects we were doing. But I can talk about that on the podcast tomorrow if you remind me and ask me. I will...
So yeah, and he is indeed addressing it right now in the fucking podcast. So DC Throwback on indefinite hiatus. So that said on Twitter, the Darc gaming effect. Was this mighty team effort DSP kept referring to just one single person putting in hundreds of hours of unpaid work? Team effort. Darc does all the work. Phil gets paid for his work. He got fleeced and used. And Secret's like, can I get a job instead? Lol, was a good one. Meerkat responded, Darc showed getting paid, so does that. He probably earned enough for a dragon dildo. And I felt like correcting Meerkat in this situation by saying that he wasn't paid for the work, but instead he was partially compensated for the software he bought to do that work. There's a difference there. He wasn't paid for the actual work itself, it seems, but he was compensated for the software he had to use to benefit Phil. So I kind of ended by saying Phil believes his content is worth getting $300 per day minimum from his audience, but I'm willing to bet he never even paid Darc 1% of that per day for their own actual fucking work. I mean 10% a day. 10% of that's also. I bet he didn't get $3 a day. Can you imagine it? Like, doesn't Darc, the amount of effort that Darc put into this fucking like channel? Let's see his latest fucking tweets and replies as well, because he's addressing it, I think, as well. Yeah, just look at this shit. People are determined, like, they want Darc to show off Phil's account, and Darc is like, nah, I'm not doing that, I'm no risk. Oh yeah, man. But like, he showed evidence before of like being paid by Phil. This thing here. But to me, this is, he alluded to, hold on, let me show you the. He alluded to things like getting paid. Like, hold on, but here, this tweet here. So he was pushed and challenged on the whole concept of getting paid by Phil. You know, TJ was asking him, "Have you ever paid by DSP?" I was like, "Yes." So by paid, do you mean he actually sent you money? No weird thing where it was from him re-upping your membership or anything. And Darc just said, "I'll say I was compensated for my work and the tools I use, like Adobe and Topaz, etc." And there's obviously the evidence of Phil apparently giving them money. And like, I mean, at the very least, so as I'm saying, like, Darc put in ridiculous amounts of hours. Like, for the amount of shit that fucking went to that channel. Oh, we need to restore all the audio separately. We need to, you know, change the fucking the video like format, size, or whatever. We need to clean up the video, or whatever, and make it. We need to stretch out the fucking thing, or whatever. We need to all this, all the fucking ridiculous tools that he fucking used to benefit Phil and help Phil's content look slightly better. And he's done it for. I'm willing to bet Phil didn't pay him for the actual work, but just compensated him for the software to use to make it work.
Throwback in January of 2024, and we decided we would upload those old missing playthroughs to the channel, only it wouldn't just be the playthroughs. These playthroughs now would be edited together to be longer parts, notably around half an hour long, in some cases an hour-long gameplay parts. We're going to upscale the video, so instead of being peach fuzz-like webcam style from over a decade ago, it would make them fully HD. We also had frame rate upscalers. So for example, these games that were running at 30 frames on my console and recording at like 20-something frames now would be running around 60 frames on YouTube. Okay? Plus,
all this work was Phil kept seeing ways is we. Phil didn't do any of this shit. This is all Darc doing all this fucking shit for him.
Lighting adjustments, audio adjustments, proper titling, thumbnails, all the things that these ancient playthroughs were missing to modernize them. Okay? We started with Red Dead Redemption 1, the original playthrough, but then we continued on with Final Fantasy 13. Then we did the Red Dead Redemption expansion, Undead Nightmare.
A reminder, by the way, Red Dead Redemption 1, Darc's method of trying to upscale that playthrough was directly stealing footage from other people's channels for the cutscenes and putting them in Phil's fucking content. Yeah, so that was a bit of a sneaky move from Darc there. He didn't try and upscale Phil's version for certain cutscenes. No, he just fucking stole that shit elsewhere.
Then we decided, instead of only focusing on missing content, we could also work on content that needs to be remastered because it just looks and sounds terrible. So we redid the entirety of the Fallout 3 playthrough from way back when. Then we started picking and choosing other missing content, such as the Dante's Inferno unfinished playthrough. And so on and so forth. It's a body of work if you have never been there, okay? I strongly recommend you give it a look, because it is a great channel for what it is, okay?
No, it's not. No one fucking cared, Phil. Like a small, tiny handful of individuals maybe cared. Like a small minutia of your audience.
It's a really good channel, in my opinion. If you want to see these ancient playthroughs, you know, restored in a way that they're actually digestible, all right? Here it is, actually, if you've never seen it before. This is DSP Throwback on YouTube, just at DSP Throwback. And just to show you some of the stuff that we've done over the course of the channel in about a year and a half.
Shows of views. Oh, there you go. 2 months ago, 187 views. A month ago, 128 views. 2 months ago, 412 views. Those are the videos that are doing well. You know, these are the videos that are doing well.
Assassin's Creed 2, Resident Evil 5, Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim, the original Mass Effect 1, Silent Hill 2 HD, which we did in conjunction with the Silent Hill 2 remake, Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, okay? There's way more than that. Let's actually go through all the playlists. Let's scroll all the way down here. So here we go. Final Fantasy 13, Red Dead Redemption 1, Fallout 3, LA Noire, that's right, the missing LA Noire playthrough was upscaled and uploaded to this channel.
That wasn't fully 100% restored though, because you actually omitted you removed something which you originally had in your original content. So your claim of trying to fucking make everything be available for the sake of posterity kind of fell flat in his face when you self-censored yourself and removed something which might have got you into trouble on current day YouTube.
Okay, Dante's Inferno. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about this one. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Why is that one notable? Because the original playthrough on DSP Gaming on this channel is ruined. The music, the copyright and music all got claimed and muted. So half the playthrough you can't hear. Now
that's because you fucking kept the music on, you dumb bastard. You could have fucking disabled that fucking music yourself and you chose not to. Like Phil also legit done GTA content before where he's like, guys, I'm going to keep the music on for you guys, but it means you got to support it more. You know, the guy, I'm going to take the hit here. All this GTA content is going to get claimed. BTW, it'd be great if you can give me money. And then after the fact, he's going to complain about fucking not getting ad revenue. And fuck off. Hey, Moki, how you doing? Speaking of GTA. Oh god. Oh my, what's this?
Meth Bear tipped £5. It's just like the Welsh to invest tremendous labour and resources for an abusive foreign master, causing them to be worse off. Cymru rise up.
I mean, that's a controversial take, you know, the Welsh, you know, like, like I'm not sure, I'll say this, I'm not sure how big the Welsh feelings are independence compared to the Scottish feelings, you know what I mean? I think the Scottish feel slightly more in favour of such things compared to the Welsh. Not that there's not anything at all, but yeah, there's certainly some interesting, talk, you know, yeah, but the Welsh, I mean, they've got their own parliament as well. Remember, I mean, the Welsh do have their own parliament down there, but it's like in these kind of powers of the world, whatever. But yeah, you don't hear much from them. It seems, you know, like causing much of a stir or whatever. You know, I mean, they kind of just seem to kind of still be going along for things. But yeah, Jesus, man. I don't know. Like, look, I'm looking at Phil's fucking like crap here. Look at all the shit he's got here. He's purposely trying to avoid showing you the views on his most recent things because the views are fucking diabolical. He's lucky to get 100 views on some of his most recent shit. It is ridiculous. Yeah, I was about to say before that, the tip came in from Mefbear. Thank you very much, by the way, Mefbear, for the tip. Moki's currently playing GTA 4 right now. They're playing GTA 4 for the very first time. I think they're near the end of it. You know. Yeah, speaking of GTA, I might have certain someone asked me to turn up the radio and suddenly my video's got a copyright warning. All I told you to do is enjoy the pause music. The pause music, and I don't know why, but when you pause GTA 4 and you wait for the music to kick in, it's a good vibe. It's the same with GTA 5, the fucking pause music in GTA 5 as well. It's such a good vibe to it, it really fucking is. But I guess YouTube doesn't like that. Does YouTube complain about the GTA fucking pause music? If it does, then fucking lol, I guess. Get claimed, you fuck.
now we edited it, so now you can actually watch the whole playthrough and hear all the commentary. It's all there, okay?
The balls.
Phil the Space Yahtzee tipped £1.
Jesus.
I must exterminate Z rest of the Neomorph juice with Z space boots that I'm wearing and collect Z change that comes out of Z pockets in dead Mr. YouTube people.
So I think you're trying to make it sound like Z. Like I must exterminate the rest of these. Yeah, and it just said Z instead of Z. I think you were going for Z, but it didn't quite work out, so it just said Z. Exterminate the rest of the Neomorph juice with the space boots. We trying to make it sound French or German? To me, I'm reading it like this, it sounds more French or fucking German. Like, must exterminate the rest of the Neomorph juice with the space boots that I'm wearing. Sacre fucking. I'm trying to read it, you know, as it is, and it sounds more French to me, but maybe it's just because I'm fucking Scottish and I butcher every single language possible. I don't fucking know, but thank you, Phil the Space Yahtzee, for the tip. Very kind of you. Mookie, you're more than 50% through the game, by the way. Like, you're on, like, you're working for that fucking, like, fake gangster guy, you know, like, fucking, what's his name? You know, you get a whole island, it's like open to explore, whatever. You know, you're not far from the end. I think of the actual main storyline of the game. You know, Pegorino, you're fucking working for like the Pegorino clan or whatever. You're fucking doing favors for them or whatever shit. Yeah, you're not far off from, I think, the end of the game in terms of the storyline anyway. So yeah, I mean, you're getting close to it. It's just a shame you're so bad at fucking driving. If you've never seen Moke drive in GTA, then put it this way, Moke would make you feel better about your driving skills.
Plus Red Dead Online gameplay, which became a Suicide King series later on, and more. Now, in addition to that, in addition to the upscaled, remastered playthroughs that I put onto this channel, also, I did what was called Retro React. Retro React was that once a week on like a Sunday night, I would watch my classic gameplay from way back in the day and actually do live streams commenting over it with all of you. That included Dark Souls 1, the entire original run that I rage quit, Heavy Rain, the classic 2010 playthrough, a little bit of Bully, and me reacting to some of my most memorable videos of all time with the highest amount of views. Okay, my original Walking Dead playthrough, the entire season 1, which is 30 videos, so you're talking like 30 hours of content. Mario and Sonic at the 2012 Olympic Games co-op playthrough, which is absolutely hilarious. Rise of Nightmares, which is a Nintendo Connect game, or excuse me, Xbox Connect game that didn't really ever work. My original PS Home walkthroughs on the PlayStation 3 from back in the day, which PS Home doesn't even exist anymore. My original Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut playthrough. My original Silent Hill 1 playthrough. And
who fucking cares?
That's it. So, lots of content, okay? However, as times changed and priorities shifted, the focus on this channel dwindled. For example, back in December, I stopped doing Retro Reacts, and I told you guys, hey, in 2025, I'll come back to it at some point when we so choose, and it just so happens here we are entering April, and we haven't done it yet.
That was a lie. You told your audience what you're saying. You fucking lied to everyone.
Okay, we're still doing new stuff on DSP Gaming, and we haven't gone back to doing those Retro React nights. But in addition, the playthroughs have been on hiatus for a couple of weeks. You take a look, the last video was uploaded 13 days ago, and there really haven't been any new ones. So essentially, we're a good chunk into Assassin's Creed 2, and we're about 9 hours into Skyrim.
Hey, hold on. Let's get a look at those juicy fucking views.
On hiatus for a couple of weeks.
So the most recent video, 227 views, and part 9, Elder Scrolls. Assassin's Creed fucking... So these are games, like, especially as the new Assassin's Creed game out now, you'd think about interest in Assassin's Creed 2, gameplay. Getting re-uploaded to some fucking channel. 200 plus views is good for him. Because look at the stuff from before. 107 views on a video 3 weeks ago.
You take a look, the last video was uploaded 13 days ago.
132 views. Look at this shit. 962 views for a puzzle from Assassin's Creed 2. Remember when climbing was an actual puzzle, part 14? That shit did well. Even, that's better than some of his actual fucking main channel videos. 962 views. Compared to the hundreds of views here. 160 views, 147, 152, 143, 177. 9? Why did that one pop off for him? That's a strange one.
And there really haven't been any new ones. So essentially, we're a good chunk into Assassin's Creed 2, and we're about 9 hours into Skyrim, okay? And so now people are starting to ask, well, what happened? You were, pretty consistently releasing, episodes of these videos on there. Well, a few things have happened. Allow me to explain, okay? Number one, the viewership has massively dwindled. Massively. All right.
Phil, it's always been fucking low. I'm not just saying that to be fucking mean, it's always been quite fucking poor. In fact, I would argue it's actually done a bit better than before. In fact, hold on. Can I actually? Hold on. 2 seconds. Hold on. I'm going to load up the Social Blade website. Hold on. 2 seconds. Right. Fucking Social Blade. Like fucking. What the fuck's. Popular YouTube Creators United Kingdom. Fucking Peppa Pig. Fuck off, Peppa Pig. DSP Throwback. Wait, can you not find DSP Throwback? Oh, there it is. I had to type the whole fucking thing. So hold on. How do I see how well it's been performing? Monthly gains of subscribers to DSP Throwback. Went up, this is when it kind of, put some effort into it last January. And then since October, it's kind of, been losing some traction again. But look at the views. I would argue that the views since, it's getting a bit better. No, it's kind of gotten better a wee bit. It goes up and down. But March has been no bad for him. He's got a couple of thousand more views in March than usual. February didn't do well, 6,000 views, whatever, 7,000 views. So this month, March has been the most successful month for him so far. This year. He's even done better than like November, December, he's done better than. Also, his most successful month before then was like October, 18,000 fucking views or whatever. Back in October or whatever, but that's obviously when, effort was, he stopped putting fucking effort into the fucking thing as well. But this month has done quite well for him. So I don't know. To me, it's a strange quote from Phil, complain about how it's not, you know, the views aren't there, whatever. This month has done a bit better for him than usual. But he's going to spin a different narrative just to fucking suit his own fucking, you know, narratives. He's going to, you know, change the facts to suit his own story.
We started off with these videos getting 1,000 views, you know, each. And then it went down to like maybe like 700, 800. Then it went down to like 500. Now we're releasing episodes and they're getting like 100 views, if that. That's...
Well, you very rarely got those numbers in the first place. You know, from day one, essentially, your views were piss poor. You were usually, you know, at the start, you're, you know, 500 views at first. Maybe. But it very quickly tanked.
It's nothing, okay? It's absolutely nothing. A pittance. 100 views on a video. And the thing is, there's a difference between, oh, I made a raw gameplay video and I just uploaded it, versus, oh, I highly edited this video. I took all the old footage. I ran it through an editor. I upscaled it. I upscaled the frames, but also the resolution. I fixed the audio, so now the audio doesn't get claimed on YouTube, but it's you know, you can hear all the dialogue now. And I did this, I added thumbnails and everything. It's a tremendous amount of work.
But no, not by you. It's someone else doing the whole work and you were fucking pocketing the fucking reward for it. Bro said Phil sent me something. What the who the fuck's mooding?
Tremendous. I'm not even kidding you. One video uploaded to DSP Throwback is about 8 hours of work. That's not me exaggerating. It's that much. It's multiple passes through an editor. It's me watching the video back raw.
Oh, the baby hippo. Apparently that fucking hippo is now not able to fit into one tub. That baby hippo is now fucking needing 2 tubs to fit in. I remember that fucking hippo, yeah. But Phil was complaining about all that work that goes into fucking these videos. Like Phil didn't do any of the work himself though. It was other people doing the work, unpaid, might I add.
That's not me exaggerating. It's that much. It's multiple passes through an editor. It's me watching the video back raw, titling it, thumbnail, all that stuff. It takes a tremendous amount of work.
Me watching the video back raw. Phil watching his own content is a tremendous amount of work. I just wanted to fucking let that sink in. Him watching his own content, which he wants you to enjoy, is a tremendous amount of work, according to Phil Burnell.
Editor. It's me watching the video back raw, titling it, thumbnail, all that stuff. It takes a tremendous amount of work to put that content out. And so, I mean, you want to talk about diminishing returns. When we started the channel in early 2024, it was getting thousands of views. Now each video getting 100. It really gets to the point where it's like, wow, is this even worth the tremendous amount of effort? So that's number one. Okay? Number two, we've already completed all of the missing playthroughs. If you're not aware, all of the ones that were...
Shut up, you're like, Broside Phil says, you need to giggle. This derailed me for less than 15 seconds, but cracked my shit up. Oh, God. It's a short as well. Okay, let's fucking see. That caught me off guard. I didn't expect that to be cake. That caught me off guard massively. That was unexpected to say the least. One more time. Jesus Christ, man. Oh hell. Is that still a thing where they're like, oh, is it cake or is it real? Like, is that I know there's a trend a while ago. Is that still a fucking thing? I sound so fucking old asking that.
Old bastard!
Are the kids still crazy about the fucking cake thing? Back in my fucking day, cake was cake. They can't bite anything without fucking knowing if it's going to be fucking chicken or cake.
Gone. LA Noire, Red Dead and the Red Dead Online, Undead Nightmare, as well as Final Fantasy 13. They're all there now. So all the stuff that was the premise of the channel has already been uploaded. It's done. We were actually extending the life of the project because people were enjoying it.
Bill said life. Burger. Fantastic.
But we saw the diminishing returns happen and we were like, man, this is just, you know, it's not really panning out at this point with the amount of effort that's going into it. Number three, this is being very transparent with all of you. This is not an exaggeration. I'm spending money on the software to actually get these videos upscaled for the channel. So you have to pay for the software and all of that. The actual cost of paying for the software was more expensive than what I'm making on that channel in a month. I'm not kidding you. That channel, without the streams of the Retro React, because the Retro React streams, I'd make money on the streams. But just the raw content, it would be about, I'm not even kidding you, less than $50 a month I was making on that channel. And I want you to think about that. If every week there's 4 or 5 videos being released, each video is 8 hours of work, right? 40 hours of work a week, 120 hours of work a month. And I'm paying basically like anywhere between $50 to $100 for the software to do said work. And I'm making $40 a month on the channel.
So after 3 months, you're in profit. By your own wording, after 3 months, you are then seeing profit. Okay? So what's the problem? Did you want immediate financial returns? Is that what it was? Is that what you're complaining about? Oh, hold on a second. Is Phil trying to imply that, you know, because Darc fucking saying that Phil gave him compensation for the fucking software? Did Phil? I'm kind of curious with something. Hold on a second here. Hold on a fucking second here. I'm very curious with something here. No, actually, hold on. 2 seconds. Yeah, the whole point of the channel, by the way, was posterity. He wanted to fucking have, you know, he said over and over that this channel's about posterity and didn't care about money. That's true. Phil said that for the longest fucking time. So Darc showed evidence of Phil giving him money. This is the evidence. He's not showing what it was, but it was back at the end of December 2024. Did Phil pay? I thought Phil was paying for the actual software outright for Darc to use for his channel, but it's possible that because you can use this, you can pay for short-term use of the software instead. So the fact that Phil said I spent $50 to $100 on this software, and like Adobe for example is more expensive. Like fucking using like things like, you know, Topaz and Adobe whatever. I think buying that outright is more expensive than $50 to $100. But I think you can like rent usage of that software. Sonny says $100 is for a year, not monthly. That's what I'm saying. So he never bought it outright for Darc, but he instead compensated him to be using the software temporarily. What is Adobe? Sorry, did I say it wrong? Adobe? Sorry, I'm used to fucking making the E silent and words like that, you know, sorry, it's Adobe. My bad. Chris is saying he probably paid for a couple of months of Adobe and Topaz, there you go. Hey, I understand. I'm a complete dick as well when it comes to these things, Dan. You got no, it's alright. I can relate. I do the same sort of shit myself. I'm a pedantic bastard myself. But that's what I'm saying though. So Phil was complaining about fucking spending money on having his editors have the software that he needed to make content for his channel. But Phil would have fucking made profit after 3 months gone by his own logic. I just want you to hear this again, Phil.
I want you to think about that. If every week there's 4 or 5 videos being released, each video is 8 hours of work, right? 40 hours of work a week, 120 hours of work a month. And I'm paying basically like anywhere between $50 to $100 for the software to do said work. And I'm making $40 a month on the channel. Okay? Yeah. And then lastly, on top of all of that, I do have an editing team that does various different things for me. Okay? Some of them...
One-man team, by the way.
Set up videos, set up streams, set up thumbnails, set up titles ahead of time. Some of them do work after the fact. Like if you remember back when my PC was having issues before I got the new one, remember sometimes videos would corrupt? So my editing team would go in there and would pull the footage off of the raw stream so that I have that backup video because I don't have time to do it because I'm still working and streaming. Okay? My editing team were the people who are upscaling, who are adding the videos together into longer parts, stuff like that. Like all this work was being done by the editing team. Well, some of the editing team basically quit.
Some of them. It's one person, Darc. Some of them quit. Oh, who's the editing team? Me, myself, and I.
Okay, so I don't have everyone anymore. So because of that, things have to suffer and change. You might have already noticed my thumbnails have changed. That's because I'm doing them now. Okay, I'm doing all the thumbnail work, which is, I like doing it, by the way. I'm enjoying doing the thumbnails. I hope you guys have...
You don't, Phil. You fucking hate doing the thumbnail work. You just complained 2 minutes ago about the amount of effort and time that goes into fucking doing that. Like it's some sort of fucking horrible fucking endeavour for you. Oh, I've got to watch my raw content to make sure it's okay, and then I've got to title that content, and I've got to fucking make thumbnails for that content. Oh, heaven forbid.
I liked the thumbnails in the last couple of weeks, because that's been all me doing it. But that's me putting in even extra work. Alright? So...
Phil, that is you doing the absolute bare fucking minimum for your fucking business. Extra... Phil Burnell just said that making thumbnails for his content is putting in extra work. It's his content. This is the work he should be fucking doing anyway. If he wants somebody to fucking make thumbnails for all his content on a fucking full-time basis, he can just hire someone to fucking do that and throw him a few bucks here and there. Most prominent big content creators, if they don't want to fucking, you know, business themselves or that sort of shit, would have someone do that for them and pay them for their efforts.
I just don't have enough manpower to actually have DSP Throwback operating right now. Okay? I don't. So, and the thing is, it's like of all the things that are going to suffer, what would have suffered? DSP Throwback, which no one's really watching, and the thumbnails, but I can easily make thumbnails myself. It just takes more time. So, it's not a total loss. And it's not like I don't have anyone helping me. That's not true. It's just that the people who were responsible for certain tasks are gone now. Okay?
Funny how they all quit at the same time. All that team, all that editing team, all of them just decided to just up and quit at the same time. Like so many just randomly decided to say, "What, you know, we're done helping Phil." Were they a team? How many was it? Like Respect the Pact. Remember, Respect the Pact editing team. That's why Project 7 died, because that editing team just, you know, don't want to get paid, and you're like, fuck that shit.
So, you might say, well, so what does this mean? Right? What does this mean for the future? Well, here's what it means for the future. Number one, DSP Throwback is kind of dormant, and it's probably going to be for a bit. Am I thinking of maybe bringing it back in the future, maybe getting more people or different people to do the work? Yes. However, it wasn't popular. It was at first for the missing playthroughs. That was the appeal. That's what people wanted. The videos that aren't anywhere else, get those live. And we did that. We accomplished that over 2024, and I'm proud that we did, because that was the primary focus of the channel. Get that content live in a way for posterity that people can watch it, and now you can. That content is now preserved forever, and I'm happy for that. So yeah, good stuff in that regard, okay? But no one really cared about the new stuff we were doing. Take a look at the views on Assassin's Creed and Skyrim. 100 views of
Phil, I just saw it. 900 views on one of his most recent Assassin's Creed 2 parts. Like, I cannot emphasize how good that is for him. Like, if we go to DSP Gaming's channel and you look at the current Assassin's Creed views he's getting, like, you know, like, he's only still fucking playing it, you know. Let's go to his most recent Assassin's Creed fucking playthrough part here. He quit it a while ago, didn't he? How long ago do you need to fucking go back for Assassin's Creed stuff? Oh, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Part 3, 892 views. Part 6, 499 views. And part 7, I think, was the last part, and he fucking stopped playing it in 1.4k views. His Assassin's Creed 2 upload got more views than the new game. And also, this is Phil's attempt at doing thumbnails. It's like the same face in the bottom corner. Look at this shit. His back in Call of Duty parts 1881 or whatever. It's the same face in the bottom corner. Look, I'm a lazy. Look at this one. The level 1 podcast. It's a bloody Jasper getting thrown about the fucking screen. With Daily Crap, his hands are on his fucking head because he's fucking wondering where all the fucking money went. So the Daily Crap is all, you know, the gameplay thumbnails is what he does. This is just all, you know, Daily Crap thumbnail automated, level 1 podcast automated. Also, this React stuff usually automated as well. Although he will put in effort for things like, you know, he's trying to, you know, make money off Ethan Ralph's name. Did Ethan Ralph work on Smart Guys? And if I can put a wee title to that, not shit. But this is, who fucking cares, Phil? It's like, this is the quality of thumbnails. And how did it used to be? How did it used to be for Phil Burnell? Let's go back up in time. Let's go back in time. These were how the thumbnails were a month or two ago. Let's see. These were the thumbnails before. Better or worse, you think? Better or worse? Debatable. I'd say better, but not by much. So yeah, there you go. That's how it used to be. But now Phil's taken over, and this is how the thumbnails are now. Yeah, the older ones were definitely better, for sure. Anyway, fuck it, man. Fuck. He's a delusional cunt. He's not even aware of how his own channel's doing. This month for him, March was the best month he's had since November for views. But he's gonna fucking say, "Oh, nobody likes it anymore."
Video, it doesn't warrant the amount of work and time and money being put into the channel, okay? What I would like to do, excuse me, is possibly go back and redo, or not redo, but restore, resume the Retro React nights. Now, I just don't know when to do that because as of now, we don't even have enough nights to cover the stuff that I'm doing. Like right now, for example, we're doing Suikoden 1 HD remake. We're doing Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, right? We're also playing, Inzoi, which we just started yesterday. We've got Atomfall that we're continuing. And we got multiplayer games in the mix, like Street Fighter and Call of Duty. Now, later on this month, notably next week, we've got South of Midnight coming out. We've got my birthday marathon coming up. We've got all this stuff. So with all that happening, how on earth am I actually going to juggle Retro React nights? And the answer is, I'm not. I got too much going on right now, okay? Perhaps in the future, when things calm down and we're not juggling as many games, right? Then we could say, all right, let's bring back the Retro React stuff. Or maybe for a while, instead of doing indie games, which we've actually very much enjoyed, right? We've really enjoyed doing these indie nights. Scale back on the indie stuff and then take those nights to actually go do Retro React, right? Because I just can't do everything at once. It's just not possible. So let's see what happens, all right? But for now, I liked doing Throwback. I think it was a great channel. I want to say thanks to anyone who watched the videos, who contributed to the channel with super thanks, who actually attended the live streams and supported, and anyone who actually was a paid sub over there. That's really nice. But like I said, I'm making $40 a month on the channel. It's not worth the insane amount of work that was going into it at this point. The whole posterity project technically was completed last year, and we just kind of extended it. But at this point, it's not necessarily necessary, right? It's just kind of an optional thing. It's not.
Yeah, and so bear in mind, it wasn't you that done most of the work was done by other people. You were putting bare minimum effort into it yourself. There's other fucking people doing it on your behalf. And even then, you're in it for the bag. Mr. I'm not a sellout, Mr. I'm not a paid shill is saying this is not worth my time and effort. Because even though it's some sort of fucking side passion project, it's not making me enough money to pursue it even more.
Nice to be able to do it as a side project. Like I said, it's kind of like my passion project, but it's not anything that's really panning out to be anything too important at this point. So for now...
Phil's passion project is basically money. Like, his passion is not gaming, his passion is not fucking showing off his old fucking archive footage, his passion is getting money.
DSP Throwback is on hiatus. Later this year, I am planning on doing Retro React. If at all you feel like it would be a good time to do it and you have an idea what should be the next playthrough we do for Retro React, let me know. We originally were thinking Fallout 3, but that was many months ago and maybe things have changed, okay? Powerhouse Gaming, as I just said, it's on hiatus. He says, will the current playthroughs be finished? It's on hiatus. There's no one to do it. The people who are working on it are gone.
The people who are working on it. You know what? You know what? Fuck it. I need to ask this fucker something. Hold on, Darc. I'm asking you something. How do you tweet this fucker? Hold on. I just want to send him a fucking tweet. How do I fucking follow him? I want to tweet him. Hold on, post time. Just that fucking post. Tell me. Yeah. Can you hold on? Great if I can spell. Hold on. There we go. I'm kind of curious to know. I want Darc to confirm this shit because Phil, it's weird if Phil's trying to fucking portray this as in a whole bunch of people left at the fucking same time and stopped helping his fucking channel. As one fucking person, it looks like. It's just Darc, you know. So this is what I'm going to ask him. Can you, hold on, let me double space that. Can you confirm if it was only you editing for Phil? He keeps saying the team walked out on him, but wasn't it only you? So yeah, there you go. We'll see if we get a fucking response. He may not even fucking respond. But yeah, it's just fucking hilarious to me how, like, why is Evil AJ showing off a fucking turtle? I don't know what's going on here. King Bill Purnell on Twitter having a new friend. He was chilling in my driveway. That's cool. And AJ's like, that's how I got mine. He just invaded and chilled in the backyard and kept it sensing. That's fucking cool. Like, just imagine like saying, I've got a pet turtle, how'd you get it? Well, it fucking chose me. Like, I was selected by it. You know. Oh hell. Fucking hell, man. What the hell? Well, I'm sorry, I said tortoise, my bad. Tortoise, my bad. I almost get those two mixed up for some reason. It's probably just me being dumb as fuck. But yeah, I get those two mixed up on a regular basis. Why is Revtech USA's profile picture on Twitter Phil's face? I just realised that screenshot. So this screenshot is from Phil. It's from RTU's Twitter feed, and he's using Phil's face as his profile picture. And yeah, as usual, fucking drama shit. Yeah. Oh, DSP is mocking Triple P for messaging him late at night. Oh, Jesus Christ, we need to catch up. We need to catch up to live DSP.
So there's no one to finish the playthroughs, no. Right now, it's completely frozen. It may resume in the future, but as of now, no, the work is frozen, and it may or may not ever continue, okay? There you go.
So we're behind live DSP by 46 minutes. We need to catch up.
Fair enough? Okay. All right, I hope that explains things. Cool. All right, we have many other topics to talk about, but our first contribution of the day has come in. It is a $2 tip.
Who fucking cares?
From Flatman B.
It's just an idiot, so I'm just going to ignore them.
Oh, this is an idiot. You not said it's a troll.
People are so fucking stupid, it's hilarious. Anyway, here's the funniest part. You ready? How you expose stupidity and just nonsense from morons who are mouth droolers? These idiots actually think this is a female crown. Except this is the same...
If it is, I can 100% tell you it is a female crown. Do I need to fucking prove this? Hold on. Just the settings. I mean, maybe it's a British thing. You know, who knows? You know what I mean? But traditionally, if you hold on, 2 seconds. There's all sorts of fucking different fucking things you can like use. Like, there's a video on YouTube. Perfect. There's a fucking YouTube video that fucking explains it. How about if I can check that shit out then? Here we go. Explain it for us.
A crown can be defined as a symbolic form of headwear or headgear, or simply a hat worn by a deity, or, traditionally, a crown represents legitimacy, triumph, victory, glory, and honor. It could also represent righteousness, resurrection, and immortality.
Righteous. What the fuck is this fucking... It's a 2-minute video, so it won't take fucking long. Let's get to the fucking point.
A crown is usually used as an emblem of a monarchy, items endorsed by it, or the monarchy's government. The word is commonly used in Commonwealth countries, particularly as an abstract name for the monarchy itself, and not for the person who inhabits it. Each rank of peerage has a specific type of crown. The types are applied per peerage under strict rules. The coronation or installing is usually by a solemn oath in Parliament, with the event characterized by military uniform for the candidates. Although the king and queen crown refer to the same head regalia, there are some distinguishing aspects. Shape. The queen's crown, also referred to the royal crown, is made with depressed arches. The king's crown also...
So this is the queen's crown. And those look at this. Look at the curved arches of the queen's crown, okay? This is a queen's crown. These curved arches. Do you recognise anything in Phil's crown? Which is like, look, this is the queen's crown. Look at these golden curved arches going in a little red in the middle and all that shit. Doesn't that look remarkably similar to Phil's crown in the background?
Called the imperial crown, on the other hand, has arches that rise to the center. Distinctive features. Good examples to support this point are the Queen Victoria's and King Edward VII's crowns. The Queen's crown had a unique curved top, while the King's crown had a single rounded dome top. The current crowns, for example, even with a widespread acknowledgement of the crown.
But this video is from 2 years ago, so yeah, it's an old video.
People do not have an idea that there exists a king's crown, different from the queen's. Most of them will assume it is just a normal crown for the royal family or a kingdom leader. However, there exist some differences based on various perspectives as detailed here. Although the two crowns have some variances, they both serve the same purposes. The shapes and designs vary according to different kingdoms' preferences. However, there are some kingdoms that do not have a different crown for the king and another for the queen. They have one distinct one for either of the royal leaders.
Yeah, but who fucking cares though? The most famous royal family in the world is pretty much the... I mean, I know there's royal families in different countries around the world, you know what I mean? But there's usually the British royal family are usually kind of most commonly, most probably the most well-known ones, you know. And British tradition is that, you know, like shit like this, like, you know, this is a queen's crown. And it looks remarkably similar to Phil's fucking shit here, you know what I mean? With the curved fucking, that's what it traits it, you know. So yeah, Phil. So go on, Phil. Please explain how it's not a queen's crown.
It's just an idiot, so I'm just gonna ignore them. People are so fucking stupid. It's hilarious.
I just love it all. We would not have known what this super chat or tip, whatever, would have said unless Phil is now explaining to us what this tip was all about, which just makes it better for us. Like he could have ignored it and left it at that.
Anyway, here's the funniest part. You ready? How you expose stupidity and just nonsense from morons who are mouth droolers? These idiots actually think this is a female crown, except this is the same style of crown that Jerry the King Lawler used in WWE forever.
So stressed out. I honestly, when I started with this whole thing, I was depressed many years ago, a decade ago.
So let me dumb that right now. Look at the difference. You can see for yourself. It's a different kind of crown. It's completely different. Jerry King Lawler. Acknowledge a crown. Look at the crown. Any more pictures of his fucking crown? Well, sometimes like that's a queen's crown there. That one is a queen's crown there. So basically he changed up sometimes. Oh, there we go. Look, that's his original one. His original one here is more kingly there. Oh, for God's sake! So Phil is trying to rewrite history to suit his own narrative.
It is a universal crown that was worn in England and other European countries for many years. It's not a female crown. You're just a moron. You know, also like when I wear my white cardigan sweater and people are like, that's a women's sweater. No, you're just a brain dead idiot. You hyper obsess over dumb shit and you turn it into farces and you talk about it like it's a fact. It's not. That's in your little pea brain where you believe that because you're an ignorant moron.
Shut up, Karen.
Anyway, let's continue, shall we? Okay. So we have many other topics to talk about. Let's get into the other one. All right. First of all, let's talk about my upcoming birthday bash this coming Sunday, which will be a marathon style event. All right. Well, what are we doing on Sunday? First off, there will be booze. I actually have something like 9 or 10 remaining shots. Some are the 99 lemonade shots. Some are the 99 fruit flavored shots. I also have some Fireball whiskey shots, and I have one of the Crown Royal shots. So I have a bunch of shots saved up that we can use as like variety shots during this event. In addition, I'm going to have something else, and I'm debating what to get. If you guys have an idea of some kind of other like liquor I should get, should it be tequila? Should it be whiskey? What do you think I should get? I would like your opinions.
Who fucking cares?
And I would like to know exactly what it is that you would like to have me drink for every certain level of support that we hit. Okay? So let's see. Let's see how it goes. Give me your ideas over the week, because this Saturday I'm going to go get something else to alternate with all those shots for every $100 of support that I get on the marathon. Okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, what else are we doing that day? Well, there's going to be food, and my wife's going to make some, but we haven't decided on what yet. She's going to think about it in the second half of this week, what she would like to make for that day. I told her I'd much rather would have her make some like delicious savory food for us rather than a birthday cake this year. Because annually she usually does make me a birthday cake, but since this is a marathon, and I'd rather than me ordering out every single marathon, and the fact that likely I'm going to be ordering out multiple times this week for DSP Tries It, I said I'd like to have a homemade meal, so she's going to work on that. Okay? Now, what is it? I don't know yet. I'll let you know later in the week when we talk about it and we get some ideas. Fair enough? Okay. Now, what are we going to do gameplay-wise and hangout-wise during the stream? Well, number 1, the major thing you guys seem to want me to do is return to Minecraft for the first time in many years. If you remember, many, many years ago, on the Xbox One, so that's how long ago, I did a year-long ongoing chill stream playthrough of Minecraft, where every week we would build, we would, explore, we would do all kinds of fun stuff, fishing, and it was a very interactive stream where we would talk and hang out and have a great time together. It was just as social as it actually was gameplay, okay? Worked very well, and then we retired it, essentially, when it kind of got boring, with the intention that maybe one day we would return, but then we never did. So we're going to start over. We're actually going to start from scratch. To be honest, I probably won't even remember how to play, and you guys are going to have to help me remember how to do this thing. Also, the fact that it'll be my birthday event, and I'll probably be buzzed or drunk, will add to the hilarity of it. It'll probably be pretty fun, okay?
Who fucking cares?
In addition to me playing Minecraft, you guys said, well, one of the things that you started doing in the last month is building Legos, having Lego nights. Did you think about maybe doing a Lego, thing during your birthday event? And I said, it's actually a pretty good idea, but what would you like? And they said, we're already playing Minecraft. The Minecraft movie's coming out. You're going to be doing the Minecraft meal at McDonald's. Why not do a Minecraft Lego set? And we looked at them last week. We looked at the different ones, and I finally got one. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Minecraft Lego set that we will be building together during my birthday event. It is called Sword Outpost. And the reason that this one's pretty cool is because not only is it a Lego set with a whole bunch of Minecraft figures, but it also has a giant Lego sword that stands out. So if I build this, we can actually figure out if I could put it into my background for the month, and it would actually stand out really well. Okay, I think it would be pretty darn cool, actually. So it is 427 pieces. That's about half the amount of pieces that was in the Lego Succulent set. But I get the feeling it's going to be a lot more straightforward because, as you can see, the pieces are like normal Lego pieces. They're not like weird flower petals and stuff. It likely will be easier to build. And the cool thing is, if we build it, let's say we build it and it takes 2-3 hours to build during the marathon while we're chilling, while I'm having drinks, all of that. All right? We can just put it right into the background that day. I think that's going to be something very fun to do. Now, here's the thing. If we start building it and we build it for an hour and we're bored, we don't have to finish it. This could be something that we do later on. Okay? But let's see how it goes. Here it is. It's here. It's ready to go. It looks cool. I think it's going to be a fun project to do during the marathon. I hope you feel the same way. Nope. That should be pretty neat. Okay? Now, in addition to that, we already said also I would play this other game that's going viral on Steam. Everyone's talking about this game. Okay? Trying to find it. It was on the main page yesterday. Is it not on the main page anymore? It totally was on the main page yesterday. They removed it? Oh, that's weird. Why would they remove it after only one day on the main page?
There's a lot of games to cover, Phil.
Well, anyway, it's in my wish list. If I could find my wish list now. Here it is.
That's boring. You're boring, everybody.
What did they do? Put it to the
Quit
bottom?
boring everyone.
Schedule 1. And it looks really silly to show you. Basically, you are a small-time dope pusher, and you go through the game leveling up, distributing drugs, and basically it's kind of this weird, bad graphics game. But the further you get, you advance, you can actually become a drug kingpin, okay? Now, obviously, it's very silly. But at the same time, some people might be, oh, it's drugs, it's so cool. I guess we'll see. It's up to you. You guys said you want to see it. I'm willing to get it. We'll play it during my birthday and see how it goes.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No! Okay? Andy Worski would love this. Well, I think it's actually based on his life. I don't know if you guys knew that. But anyway, so here it is, Schedule 1. So that's 3 things that we can do on my birthdays. Number 1, we'll do a podcast. We'll play some Minecraft. We'll build the Minecraft Lego set. And we'll play Schedule 1. We'll also have some food. And then we'll see what time permits. I mean, that very well could be enough to fill the entirety of the day. If not, I'd be totally down to do anything else. For example, we could play another game that I've already started. We can continue with the playthrough. We can do some multiplayer or something. Whatever you guys want. You know, we'll see. I guess we'll play it by ear. But at this point, I feel like we've got enough planned that that's enough for the birthday marathon.
Who
okay?
fucking cares?
Should be fine. Should be enough content. We'll have a good day. You know, people will probably get me buzzed as I'm doing all this stuff to make it even more silly. Cool. Now, what about Inzoi? Sure, exactly, Fed Rogers, what about Inzoi? I'm sure we could do some Inzoi that day. You know, silly stuff. It's just a relaxing
You mean the game that you're falling asleep to yesterday?
day. What we haven't talked about at all is the 100 goal celebratory event.
Here we go. This is all big. Right, from this point on, this is all bigment.
A relaxing day. What we haven't talked about at all is the 100 goal celebratory event. Because every 100 goals, or every 50 goals we actually said, that we hit, we would do something special. So far, if you remember, we did a Mega Man marathon. We did a Viewer's Choice marathon that then resulted in an Onimusha HD playthrough, right? And then we did a Five Nights at Freddy's marathon. That was really fun, and we may play more Five Nights at Freddy's games in the future. But we just didn't talk about the 100 goals because we're planning the birthday marathon. So the question is, do I actually do another marathon so close? Like, what if we do the birthday marathon on Sunday, we hit a bunch of goals, and then within a few days, we hit 100 goals? Are we seriously going to do 2 marathons in 1 week?
Who fucking cares?
So honestly, I'm just not sure what to do. Should we do something different? If we do something different, what do we do? What should be the 100 goals event then? Itzy says play Mega Man. See, that's the thing. If you were to ask me, Phil, what would you most like to do? I'd be like, dude, I totally want to do the Mega Man Classic Marathon Part 2. Because I bought the game back in January. We played Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, and that's all we had time for. Now it's freaking April. I want to play 4, 5, and 6. I would love to do that, actually. But I just don't know what else to do, you know? So I would love your thoughts, but we seriously have to start figuring this out. Because if we don't, we're not going to have any idea what's going on, and it's going to hit, and we're going to be like, well, now what? I want to keep the momentum going. I want people excited. I want people enticed. I want people wanting to contribute to these goals. So what do we do for 100? All right? My idea is the Mega Man Marathon again. Okay?
Then do it, bitch.
So let's see what else you guys think, and we'll go from there. Fair enough? Okay. Good.
Who fucking
some shout-outs to
cares?
do. Someone took $2. Says, don't axe throwback. I missed the Bully and Fallout playthroughs. Well, you missed the Bully and Fallout playthroughs. The Fallout playthrough is there. The Bully playthroughs on this channel. I don't even know how you could miss them. If you have an email, I'm willing to help. I thought it was a passion project, passion over profits. I told you. It's a combination of so many things. Number 1.
Oh, the contribution called out for the passion project thing. Passion over profits.
No one's watching it. Number 2, it's making no money. It's costing more money than it is.
Okay, I already debunked point 1. He's got more views in March than he has for the last several months combined. You know, it had more views in February. Than, you know, March has done so much better than February, done so much better in January, done so much better in December, done so much better in November. This channel has done quite well. Throwback channel done well from in March. And the amazing thing about that is that is with half of the that's with half a month not having any content being added to it. I would argue that the channel was going through somewhat of a renaissance before Darc went and quit.
To make, you know what I mean? I'm spending money, losing money every month on it. Number 3, I don't have all the editors anymore to do it. There's no way I could continue it even if I wanted to. It's not possible, okay?
Did Dragon fucker respond yet, by the way? I'm kind of curious. Hold on. No, he's not even fucking... I don't think he's online. I'm not sure. Balls. No response yet as far as I'm aware.
And like I said, perhaps in the future I would consider going back and continuing it, but for now, no. Okay. So by the way, that was our first contribution to the entire stream, everybody.
Oh, is that the only coin? No, so technically I thought it was the second. Someone gave you $2 earlier on, but you thought it was a troll tip because you're on top of your crown. So you dismissed it as a fake contribution. Now go on, Phil. Beg hard.
Okay. So by the way, that was our first contribution to the entire stream, everybody. Guys, let's get some support rolling. Let's get momentum building here on the stream so that we can do DSP tries at the McDonald's Minecraft meal by the end of this week. That is really the goal. We're doing Chick-fil-A today. In fact, we're going to go to the menu next and we're going to figure out what to order. But after Chick-fil-A, the next one is at 90 goals. Let's hit that by the end of this week.
Cares?
Friday, let's do it. Let's order the Minecraft meal and try it. So let's hit those goals.
We're going to have some menus.
Okay,
Crap,
let's get our
who
first
cares?
super chat of the day. Let's get our first gifted sub of the day. Let me tell you, on Kick, support has dwindled massively. Okay? Why is support dwindled? Because all of the casino sims ran back to the casino to suck on their dicks all day instead of actually watching meaningful content. I can't stop that. Okay? I can't.
Jesus.
Literally a bunch of people who just do whatever they're told, have no independent thought whatsoever, and would rather watch 2 life losers sitting there ringing dinner bells and screaming about drama than actual, like, gameplay content or just hanging out having a good time. You know, so you know what? More power to them, but that was just a lot of people who were here and were supporting the Kick channel and they're gone. And they're not going to come back. You have to understand that, right? I really wish that more people would be open-minded and say, you know, I can like this, but I can also like this. I don't have to only like one or the other or like this because I'm told by this group to like this. You can have a brain. You can be independent. You can think for yourself and you can support what you like. But sadly, a lot of people just aren't like that. They just want to be led in life like sheep through a pasture by a fucking herder. That's all they want, to be told what to do. Please tell me how to live, right? So, the Kick support has dwindled massively. All right, it would be great if today we could get some support on Kick. It is the final day of the month, so it would count and I would, you know, get credit for it right away. All right, please consider becoming a sub or gifting some subs over on Kick if you like the content and you like the fact that I stream there, despite the fact that most of the support has left. Okay?
Who fucking cares?
So, thank you in advance. But like I said, let's get our first super chat of the day. Let's get our first member of the day. We haven't gotten any of those right now, and I would appreciate that support. Okay?
This is embarrassing, Phil.
I received a $2 tip. There's a gun in the office. That's right. That is a game that we talked about yesterday. It's called There's a Gun in the Office, where you are kidnapped by like a criminal and you're trying to escape and you're trying to find this gun that's hidden in the office and defend yourself against this criminal that's like taking everyone hostage. Sounds like an interesting premise for a game. Maybe we could check that out during my birthday marathon. Yeah, we'll see. That's actually a good suggestion. Okay.
By the way, guys, we have 2 free spaces so far thanks to Snorts alone.
Okay.
When he goes through, by the way, the big counter will start again when as soon as he opens up the fucking food menu to go through DSP Transit crap, that big counter is going to start again because this is all big and related. Guys, what can we order for food? Actually, should it count? I'm going through the food. I'm going through the food menu for Chick-fil-A. Is Chick-fil-A today? Or is he going? Did he change his mind? I can't even mind. I'm trying to decide whether it should count the big. There's menu stuff here. Because this is what he's ordering today. For the goal that's already been hit.
All right, sorry, I got distracted. I was trying to read what a bunch of idiots were saying on Kick and I banned a bunch of morons. Because here's the thing, a lot of people seem to think that because content is meaningful, because content is positive, it can't be entertaining. That's completely false. Would I be successful if people didn't find my content entertaining? No. Here's the difference. There's a lot more younger, immature, very disrespectful, very immoral people on this planet than there are people who are older, more mature, more positive, and who actually want to do something meaningful with their time. Okay? I know, because I used to be like that too when I was young. I was an idiot, and I constantly thought about trolling and hating on this person and dumping on this person and bullying people. And I've grown out of that because I'm now an older, more mature person who understands what's actually valuable in life. When you're young, you don't see that. Get it? You don't. You just think that everything's fine. Who cares about the consequences? No morals, no values. Get by any means necessary. Grab that bag no matter who gets hurt. Step on everyone. Keep going forward. And as long as you make out and you get a profit, who gives a shit about anything else? That's Kino Casino.
Old bastard!
You wanna know how I know that? Because that's what PPP said to me. Literally word for word. He said, all of your supporters are basically just disposable people. You're not their friends. They're not your friends. You don't have to ever care about them. All they are a way to fill your pockets. They're your whales. They're your funding. That's it.
Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
And you just step on them and you keep going. That's how they operate over there. That's not me. That's never going to be me. Because that's not who I am as a person. That's not who I am as a creator. So when everyone looks at me and laughs at me and says, oh, your content isn't successful because it's not entertaining, I say, actually, my content is entertaining, but it's just too fucking smart for you, you dunce mouth jeweler. You'd rather go to a channel with a big overweight dude screaming at the top of his lungs, literally ringing a dinner bell. Okay? Something that you would attract small children in a field. Hey, it's dinner time, everyone. Right? This is what he does. And he sits there bullying people on the internet who don't know who they are, who don't have anything to do with them, but they just sit there bullying them all day for personal gain. And the people who watch the content eat it up because they're mentally deficient. That's the kind of people who enjoy that content. Mentally deficient people who have no morals, no values, don't realize what they're doing, not only is incredibly harmful to people, but also a waste of your time. That's what you don't get. If I can make a living doing positive content that doesn't hurt anyone, then that is infinitely more meaningful to this planet and to humanity as a whole than someone who got a laugh and got a bunch of money, but they hurt people to do it. Don't you see the difference? And the thing is, many of you won't. You're going to get older one day, and you're going to hit an age where you're going to realize time is limited, time is valuable. Every moment that you have, every breath that you take is one less that you have on this planet, and eventually you're going to run out of time. And when you get to that age and you start to see mortality, you start to see the human condition around you, your family members are getting older and getting sick and starting to pass away, and people who you used to idolize are no longer with you. And, you know, beloved things of your life are changing for the worse. And you see all this happening around you. When you're not in your 20s and you think that the sky is the limit and you know, who cares who you hurt, your whole mindset will change. Because that's exactly what happened to me. 100%. I changed as a person. I became a better individual. Now I don't want to be associated with toxic, hateful stuff. I don't. I just want to be me. All right? And so,
according to your narrative that you try to spin, you did intentionally do that to make money. You know, I mean, are we still meant to believe your narrative that you snaked the Kino Casino? Because if so, remember your whole point of doing that was to try and fucking make money off them, make bank off them for personal gain. Which is bullshit, by the way, of course. I mean, is that a narrative you're still sticking to? You got to remember your fucking, you know, you need to remember the lies that you spin to your audience because you keep tripping yourself up over them. Phil, when he had Review Tech USA and his fucking show that, you know, last week or whatever, or 2 weeks ago, that bizarre fucking meltdown, he kept claiming he snaked the Kino Casino. Guess how many times since then Phil has then fucking said the Kino guys snaked him? At least 2. I can recall on 2 separate occasions during podcasts where Phil has alluded to the fact that the Kino guys snaked him. But no, but it should be, yeah. Phil, though, you know, he can't be seen as a fucking victim. He can't be seen as a fucking poor little victim, whatever, you know what I mean? Plus, there's one important thing that we're fucking forgetting to point out here, Phil. And that is that your wife is a big fat fucking bitch.
it's sad because there's so many people on the internet, all right, that just don't get it. They just think that, oh, everything is just, you know, I'm going to live forever and everything's fine, hurt everyone, bully everyone. Oh, it's so funny. It's not. The only people who think it's funny are dumb people. But let's be honest, there's tons of dumb people. Why do you think there's so many popular morons on this planet? The fucking Paul brothers, are you kidding me? Why would anyone ever listen to a word they ever say? Because they're dumb too. You know, but that's the human condition, right?
It's a bit of a fucking random tangent to Paul brothers. Like, I'm not a big fan of the fucking Paul brothers. They seem like fucking cunts. But, I mean, to fair play, I mean, they could have, like, they're at a point in their life where they could probably just fucking stop doing what they're fucking doing and just bask off a fuck you money. But they seem eager to kind of explore different avenues as to what they want to fucking do with their lives. Like, they have the means at disposal. Like, if Phil had that sort of money, do you think he'd fucking be exploring different stuff? He'd be just fucking spending it all ridiculously, you know? So, like, you know, I'm not a big fan of fucking Paul brothers. They both seem like arseholes to me. But, like, Logan, for example, is done okay with the wrestling side of things. And Jake is, you know, the box and stuff, I don't know, questionable ability with it, but you know, but the fact of the matter is he's thrown himself into it, you know, and they're doing these things and they're following you know, I mean, I don't know if, you know, I don't know if passion's the right word. I don't know if it's following their passions, but they're certainly exploring different possibilities that are open to them. You know what I mean? And just fully embracing it for a time anyway. Like, they're committing to it for now. And Phil can't relate to that because he never really fully commits to anything apart from begging.
So as I get older, and I get wiser, and I look at the whole situation, it's just a shame, all right? It is. But that's what I mean. Like, I feel like what's going to happen is what happens all the time. People will get older and realize, oh, crap. Well, I wasted all this time, and, you know, people tried to warn me, and people tried to tell me, but I didn't listen because I was young, and I was, I can't possibly be wrong in what I'm doing. I'm smarter than everyone, and I know better. And you get older, and you realize you just weren't that smart, and you weren't that wise, and you were an idiot. You know, I look back at my days in the Street Fighter community when I was a troll in that community and how bad I was to everyone in it, and how I regret that now, but I can't go back and change it. You know, now it's a whole new generation, only you're not even doing it in person, you're doing it on the internet. You're hiding behind a computer like a pussy, making fun of someone from across the world, ringing your fucking dinner bell like the Pied Piper of retards, bringing them all to the table to throw you money. It's just disgusting. Okay, it is. It's fucked up. So, anyway.
I just love seeing some of these, you know, why are you trying to hurt the casino and slander? Like, Phil, I thought you were ignoring what they were saying and doing. I thought you moved on from the Kino Casino stuff. I thought you'd, you know, I thought you'd felt to them good and proper, you know. So yet, why are you compelled to talk about Kino Casino on a daily fucking basis? Here's why. Phil is dual streaming on Kick. He's on Kick and he's on YouTube, but he is on Kick because of Kino Casino. And even though Kino's gone, every time he looks at Kick, every time he engages with Kick, every time he looks towards him, he'll be reminded of Kino Casino. Hell, he referred to the Kick chatbot as a Kino chatbot. He associates Kick with Kino Casino. The two of them are going to go hand in hand with Phil's mentality. So he cannot, every time he looks at Kick, he will be reminded of Kino Casino, and it burns him and it eats away at him. Because the fact of the matter is, they are more successful than he is. And they don't fucking have to put in the time that he does. Like, they can for a whole, Kino Casino will stream like, what, twice a week sometimes? Is it 2 times a week or 3 times a week? You know, Kino Casino, they're not there every single day. When they do stream, they fucking usually stream for like hours and hours and hours. But it's like once or twice a fucking week, you know? And they can, and they're far more successful doing that than Phil is, who has to fucking do this every single fucking day. And it gives us like one fucking day off to fucking like get fucking groceries and get his fucking cherry juice and all that shit.
I realize that's what's going on the Kick side of things. You know, most people who are watching me on the Kick side of things were casino viewers, and now that the casino is so anti-DSP, right? Why? Because I dared to tell them, no, I'm not going to do your garbage drama content. I'm not going to have...
Oh my God, what's up?
Thank you very much to Wrestling Ranter for the super chat. It says, oh my God, Phil, with the exception of a dinner bell, you literally described yourself, at least until your Chick-fil-A gets here. Oh God, I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, Phil. It really fucking is ridiculous. It's like, he can't understand the double standards and hypocrisy he's fucking spouting here. Oh, balls. Broside Phil sent me something as well, hold on. Oh, what the oh my God. Hold on. So, yeah, Broside Phil sent me this. Nobody will remember how busy you are, how much money you make, how big your house is, how many hours you work, what kind of car you drive. But they will remember how big your calves are. I mean, yeah, that's it. Oh my God! Remember when Phil was bragging about his, you know? So, I mean, I've also had a fucking weird thing. Like Phil, oh my God, the calf picture is such a weird fucking thing. Can we find that? Hold on. Hold on. Fuck it. How easy is this? There it is. There, fucking straight away. Wow. So remember. So bear in mind, Phil is lying down on the couch with his leg up. So as a fat person myself, let me tell you what happens when you rest a fat part of your body on a fucking surface. That fat has to go somewhere. You know? It's not just going to fucking, like, you know, disappear. No, when you flatten it or something, it has to go somewhere. So, like, it's all... Look how roided this fucking... No, he's just a fat fucker. With, like, if you have the same calves standing up, fair play. But when you're sitting flat on the fucking ground, you know, with your legs flat on the fucking ground. Jesus Christ, man. This is actually from Phil's tweet here. This is from September. September of like fucking 2024. This is a month into the fucking Renaissance. You're so fit. Hold on. You're so fit, King. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, man. So today on stream I watched a skip leg day skit and didn't get it because I said I'd never skip leg day. Because I have giant calves as I've walked on my toes my entire life. My detractors think I'm lying. Here is my leg right now. You be the judge. Why would I even lie about this one? And of course, people had their own takes, so whatever, you know. Research suggests that toe walking can be a sign of autism. What a shock. Yeah, fucking hell, man. Bloody hell. Rawfell's getting wailed. Is that a fucking mooding as well? Is it? No, it's Moo but I thought it was another fucking mooding reference. It's Moo Buckaroo. I was confused for a second there. Wait, hold on, 2 seconds. How do you go? There you go. So yeah, let's get it. So, Phil apparently though has hit $100 in support today so far. So, but we're behind Phil by about 50 minutes. We need to catch up, okay? But this toxic meltdown he's having. He wants kick support. It's not there, and so he's going to fucking blame Kino Casino for the drop in kick support. It's their fault apparently, even though Phil snaked them.
Because I dared to tell them no.
Anyway, that's just a full context.
Going on the kick side of things. You know, most people who are watching me on the kick side of things were casino viewers, and now that the casino is so anti-DSP, right? Why? Because I dared to tell them, no, I'm not going to do your garbage drama content. I'm not going to have Steve Cambion from fucking Truth Seekers be my evil villain co-part, and we're going to do gaming challenges against each other. What the fuck are you talking about? It sounds like something a 4-year-old came up with, and this is what you want me to do, and you're forcing me to do, because I don't want to do it, but you're still having me do it anyway. So
oh, fuck. Oh, God.
May 1st is coming, tipped £1. I have to practice my O face and jaw muscles. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Why?
Ooh, ooh. R-speed.
Wow, great. But thanks. Thank you, May 1st, has come in for that meaningful contribution and that timely reminder that May the 1st is indeed not far away. We're just over a month away from May the 1st. May the 1st be with you and all that jazz.
4-year-old came up with, and this is what you want me to do, and you're forcing me to do, because I don't want to do it, but you're still having me do it anyway. So I got the fuck out of there. I cut the cord. They can't stand that because they wanted to be in power, get it? They wanted to be the power in the situation. They thought that they were going to be the puppet masters controlling this weird lolcow universe, trying to copy what Keemstar has done with his content. That's exactly what PPP wanted. He wanted to have his own lolcow universe. And it's never going to work because people don't want to work like that. People don't want to be PPP's puppet, you know? It's just ridiculous. And I got out of there, and that's why they hate me. So they're going to sit there and they're going to dump on me every day, and I don't give a shit. All right? I haven't seen it.
If you didn't give a shit, you wouldn't be fucking ranting and raving about it right now in your fucking podcast, which is not a podcast, by the way. You clearly do care. You clearly are rattled by it, and they're going to fucking keep, you know, talking about you because they know you fucking care profusely. Also, Phil's saying is, you know what they say, April shower bring ran. I'm not going to read that. I'm not going to read that. Dirty bastard. You know what they say. I'm not fucking saying that. Someone else can fucking say that. I'm not saying that. Oh, vile.
Single piece of it. I don't even know what they're saying. I don't care. But it's a shame that people can't judge for themselves and say, hey, well, Phil is completely different. That's why he left. That's why he did what he did. Well, I was watching his content, and actually it was pretty good. Or maybe you just, you know, you thought it was something different, and you like to stick around and hang out and support it. But I'm seeing more and more. I'm getting lots of support on the YouTube side, which I very much appreciate. It's keeping me afloat. It's keeping stuff going well. I'm hitting my goals. But on the kick side, stuff is just completely dwindling. And it's sad because I worked hard to make that co-streaming work. I've implemented all these changes. I want the kick stuff to work. And I feel like the more that I work at it, and if I keep trying to persevere and stream on kick, that things will grow and get better, but it's just a bunch of time and effort. And that's the sad fact is things take time. There was a temporary insane boost because of the casino stuff, and now that's over. Now it's going to take a lot of time and dedication and work to make it work on another platform. For those who are still here, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. But man, it would be great if you could actually support, because I was getting tons of support from Kick every month, and it looks like pretty much overnight it's gone. And there's nothing I can really do about that, right? It's not in my control. It was a distinct decision by PPP to do what he did. It was always his plan. Everyone knows that. It was always his plan that he was going to turn on me. He was either going to fully control me and use me for personal gain, despite the fact that I didn't want to do that kind of content, or he was going to turn on me to get personal gain. So it was either personal gain via this way that hurts Phil, or personal gain via this way that hurts Phil. That was his plan all along, because he had no creativity in his fucking brain. He has none. He couldn't think of any good ideas. Just nothing up there. Vapid head. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay. So let's do some shout outs. Then let's look at this Chick-fil-A menu. All right, figure out what we're going to order today. And I want to talk a little bit about Disco Elysium, because I don't know what to do about the game. It's kind of a unique situation I've never really encountered before, okay?
Don't fucking care, Phil. Also, is him reading the Chick-fil-A menu really a part of begging if it's already for something he's hit? Like, I don't think I should count him reading the menu as a beg, because it's already for a goal he has hit already. It's not for a future goal. It's for something he's already hit. So it feels a bit disingenuous to count that as a beg, if you get what I'm saying. This is why I'm in two minds about where to count. You know, the menu stuff is boring as fuck. We'll just fucking blitz through it as fast as we can. But I don't think I should count that as a beg, because it's something he's already fucking got, if that makes sense.
Okay. So, we've got NVL Roy with our first super chat of the day, $2. King Phil, the casino's overrated. I told you guys since day one. Did I not say this? I said, I can't stand it. I went over there, and even when I was a guest, like, I could stand it for maybe like an hour. But after that, it just gives me a fucking headache. It's just the same tired formula. Find someone on the internet that people call a lol cow. Make fun of what they do. Scream at the top of your lungs. Ring a bell. Play a slide flute. Laugh maniacally. Okay, on to the next one. On to the next one.
Says a person that fucking does the same fucking thing every single fucking day. Oh, I'm going to fucking talk piss for 2 hours after fucking being late to my fucking stream, and then I'm going to play a game badly for 3 hours, and then I'm going to fucking stuff my face full of food, you know, and get dinner, and then I'll play another game for 2 hours later on. It's lava, rinse and repeat, Phil. Like, you know, Phil Burnell's content on YouTube is like I would compare it to Missionary, but Phil wouldn't understand that reference. You know what I'm saying?
It's just the most boring formula. But the thing is, you have to see through the bullshit. You have to see through the Pied Piper thing that they put on to realize this is the most boring shit ever. That shit is super boring. But people like drama and making fun of people and bullying, so, oh, it's fun. It's not. It's actually super fucking boring. There's nothing of interest over there. Who cares what Ethan Ralph did today? Who cares what Cog did or Beardson did on a fucking stream? Who cares about Nerds on the Go? Are you fucking kidding me? It's the most boring shit you could possibly make content on. And that's their fucking repertoire. That's what they do all day. Put me to sleep.
Well, if they're talking about it, and a lot of people are excited to see them talk about it, and are supporting them talking about it, then clearly there's a market for it. There's a demand for that content, and that means that, you know, I'm not saying it's good content, but if they're making that content and people are willing to support that content, why is that any business of yours? Also, Phil, you fell asleep multiple times yesterday playing both games. So, your content, you can even stay awake for your own content. So, like, Phil, what business is it of yours what other people do with their money for other content creators?
Give me a pillow. Oh my god. Anyway, we've got Javi, Nobody the Hate Monger, with a $2 super chat says, why are you trying to hurt the casino with slander? I'm not trying to hurt the casino with slander. I'm speaking facts.
No, you're speaking opinions. There's a difference between your opinion of them and speaking fucking facts. You're upset with Kino, we get it, but this is... Your audience have asked you time and time and time again to not fucking bring up Kino anymore. You said you were done with it, and yet here you are yet again. Again, you can't help yourself talk about Kino Casino. So because you keep talking about them, they're going to keep talking about you.
The problem is, too many people don't understand the difference. All I'm doing is factual observations, right?
Phil, your wife is very fucking fat. That's not me slandering her, that's a factual fucking observation. Now, the more interesting thing is, why did she get so fucking fat? Was it due to fucking being depressed to living with you? Because when she first moved in with you, when she first moved into with you, she was like a normal sized human being. And all of a sudden, after a few years of like, you know, just, you know, being there with you, she fucking like, you know, like, you know, what the hell, you know, turned into fucking Honda. Like, how did that happen?
Jasper Kitty's going crazy in the hallway right now. He's running all over the place, sliding, full of energy. Okay. Of course, like someone tipped $2 and says, crazy how certain chatters appear so upset that you would say anything about the casino right now, but then I see those same names hyping them up when they shit on you on their streams. Amazing bias. Of course. Do you think I give a shit about what those
yes, you clearly do.
Idiots say? I don't care what people, oh, how dare you say something about the casino? No, how dare they? How dare they fuck with me? Like, I don't have the right to say anything back, but they have the right to uncontrollably just say what they want, right? No, fuck you.
Crime or
anyway, someone tipped $2 and says, are you going to bring back the old rewards? No, the old rewards were phased out for a reason. Long before I ever dealt with Kino Casino, it was my idea to phase out tiered rewards of glasses and fucking hats and vests. It's stupid. All right, just going to be honest with you. The glasses, the hat, and the vest are all stupid. They are. They were dumb ideas. The vest was something that happened out of nowhere. Okay, literally out of nowhere. It was never planned, all right, at all. And it just virally worked. People liked having the vest. People talked about it in other places. It led to a crazy streak of support. It was absolutely unexpected and out of control. Okay?
Bill got $30,000 for putting a vest on every stream. $100 vest goes on. That happened consecutively for, like, what was it? 276 streams or something. Bill was given over $30,000 fucking dollars for the fucking putting a vest on. And like less than a month later, someone asked him, you know, when the streak died or whatever, and the money was all fucking gone. Like somebody, and Phil was talking about things like this. Oh, my shower's broken on, my bathroom needs fucking done. Somebody asked him, where did the money go? And Phil's like, I spent it all. It's gone. I spent money on paying bills. So yeah. So it doesn't matter how much extra support Phil gets. That shit is gone rapidly. Russell Phil says that Phil has still not responded to his email because he's a bit shy. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's some sort of secret method or tactic to get Phil to respond to your emails. Like, I think Prophet got a response one time, but I think he was quite. Well, you know, it wasn't. You know, I don't know how he done it. So I think he got a response one time from Phil. But Phil doesn't like to respond to emails much unless it's you fucking basically just kissing his arse, I think.
And then after that, it kind of blew up. Like, well, what do we do next? What do we do next? And we did it for years. It was just boring. Listen, I'm a normal dude. I want to dress up in normal clothes. I want to relax and have a good time with my audience.
Phil, you're wearing a blouse. You're not dressed in normal clothes right now. At least not for a normal human style man. I don't know. I'm kind of the sad thing about Phil not doing the goals anymore for me is like so because he's no longer doing the glasses goal and the vest goal and the hat goal, it makes like some of the older detractor style content and songs. Like I made what I thought was a decent tune back in the day, and it related to Phil's goals. You know, that was part of the fucking thing, and now it's out of date because Phil is no longer doing the hat and the vest and all that shit. You know, so. It's a shame. It's a real fucking shame that, you know, and also Phil used to do bubbles. No, Phil used to blow bubbles. Sonny says I missed the bubbles. Phil had to stop blowing bubbles because it made too much of a mess in his office and he couldn't be arsed to clean up after it. The people loved the bubbles. His audience loved the bubbles. The bubbles were a fantastic celebration of incredible engagement in Phil's content, but he couldn't be arsed cleaning up his office after himself. And so the bubbles were sent to ban world. Chris is saying he soon started complaining when they were wanting him to wear a silver vest to make his flabby arse sweat some. Yeah. Phil's like, I'm not wearing this vest. It's too hot today. It's too hot. No, you guys are trying to kill me by making me wear this fucking vest. Ah, Christ, man, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, 2 seconds, 2 fucking seconds. Ah, Christ, man. 2 seconds here. Let me try and fucking find this. let me fucking find this. Just to fucking stall and delay some more, by the way. By the way, guys, remember, if you want a chance of winning half of that bingo prize fund, if you've not yet left a comment on the community post, do it before the end of this bingo. This is your last chance to make sure you got a marble added. You know, so there's one person so far which added a comment an hour ago or whatever. You know, it's a new marble. But if you've not yet left a comment, do it before the end of this bingo stream. Well, no, not a stream, but end of bingo. After bingo, go to marbles, and that's when I'll add in your names. You guys don't have a huge amount of time. Maybe like well, I'm not sure. It depends when bingo finishes, essentially. When bingo is done, then we start marbles. Oh yeah, you got until then, essentially, to get your marble added, if you've not yet done it. But fuck me, hold on 2 seconds. What am I looking for here? So, so I made a fucking video, like back in February 2022. I made a fucking video on Phil, and it's actually one of my more I made a bunch of crap back in the day. This one I thought wasn't bad though. I'll show you fuckers. I'll show it. So, hold on, we'll go back here. So, I made this back in the fucking day, in February 2022. But now Phil's not doing the rewards anymore, so it now doesn't make sense in current day Phil. But I still quite like this. So this is one of my wee favourites I did with Phil. Yeah. So yes, I am just showing off on my old dumbass DSP diss tracks. For people who weren't aware, this is what I used to fucking do for bingo usually. First tips are mandatory. Let's make that crystal clear. A drought in tipping contributions sure gives Phil the fear. He really needs that money, guys. There's bills he has to pay. Just ignore the fact he got $1,000 the other day. Why does he need that money? What a very personal query. Of course, detractors all have come up with their own theory. With instant financial gratification, it's WWE Champion's time, pouring money into that stupid game up till his final time. But there's prizes for the fans, if they so choose to tip, in the form of free tier gold rewards for items he'll equip. For just $50 he shall adorn a pair of gunner glasses, an expensive price to pay to force upon his loyal masses. $100 gives the fans a choice of several hats, but remember now, you have to tip, don't count for super chats. An extra $50 more has Phil put on a vest, but you really need your buying, guys. Time for you to invest. Please remember there's a risk for every tip you send his way, as he'll have your private PayPal information when you pay. That's your actual name and email and currency that you use. These are the facts you need to know, please don't fall for his ruse. Then there's super chats, a safer way for fans to contribute compared to tipping, which is still Phil's preferred fan donating route. They take 2 months to pay out and not tied to any reward, so there's really no incentive for fans to donate toward. We mustn't forget Patreon, even though most others do. Let's be real, this isn't the avenue Phil stopped trying to pursue. His last update on the site was over 4 whole years ago, which just illustrates the lack of effort from Phil that's on show. The memberships I saw a lot of sock accounts created just to reach a target set by Phil, so became quite inflated. Rewards were barely worth it, such as seeing Phil eat food. Fans assume multiplayer was coming, but Phil claimed was misconstrued. Then there has to be engagement, so like the video and stream, and also be sure to comment to boost Phil's own self-esteem. Phil demands 100 likes and he'll make sure that it is known, so just do as you're goddamn told as Phil sits on his crusty throne. When tips are nowhere to be seen, he'll turn on begging mode where he cries and whines and hints about how all the tips are slowed. He will say he's not complaining while he rants and moans a ton, screaming, "All I want to do is play games and have fun." Every game's behind a paywall, as some tips goals must be met. A run of slow streams puts that game in immediate threat. The fans are trained to satiate Phil's financial desires to fulfill Phil's own expectations of what money that he requires. If you don't trust that pig roach to spend money on a game, you can just send him console credits for Phil to eventually claim, and send him your best artwork to contribute to his streams. If you think Phil's gonna pay you though, you've fallen for his schemes. So tipping in super chats, Patreon memberships, liking and commenting bids, it's a lot to demand of for an audience that's consisting mainly of young kids. When the guilt tripping's high and the fans start to cry and they're throwing equipment at you, it is mainly all due to the guilt caused by you from the begging that you put them through. Then you entice us with a brand new crisis to elicit more contributions. The black shirt is warm while you look for Lawrence to state financial resolutions. So give him your blood and your sweat and your tears while you're leaving yourself in financial arrears for tomorrow's the same answer to his Phil's aim just to keep you donating for years. Man, that was fucking shit. But yes, I'm saying though, this sort of fucking thing that I made, like, this is like 2022. Super chats didn't mean a fucking thing. But before the Kino stuff, before Kino came along, super chats were pointless, memberships were pointless and all that, because tips was mainly tips. Phil only counted tips for hitting goals. Super chats were fucking like a side fucking thing. Memberships were a fucking side thing. They weren't added to his fucking goals whatsoever. You know, it was all about fucking tips, whatever. So that crappy video now makes no fucking sense because there's no goals, there's no fucking rewards. Although it's kind of funny how he still gets to see Phil eating food as a reward. Some things never fucking change, I guess, you know. But yeah. So Jesus Christ, man. That's what I'm saying though. Like Phil never replaced. So he, instead of coming up with something new to evolve the idea of rewarding his fans, he just fucking decided, you know what, I'm not going to bother replacing it. We're just not doing it anymore. He's doing less now and demanding more.
I don't want to have to be playing dress up and blowing bubbles and doing dumb shit. You know, we want to build to awesome rewards. Like, hey, let's do a special stream event. Hey, let's do a marathon. Hey, let's do this. Let's order some special meal, and you can do a taste test together. That's something different than
taste test together. Or what, you going to fucking feed Jade a slice of pizza or something? No, you're not.
Oh, let's dress up every stream like an idiot. Okay, I'm not going back to the old things. All right.
Oh, are you going to change your intro when you dressed up like an idiot for Kino?
It's not. I'm not going back to the old ways. We're on to the new. Once you move on to the new, you keep moving forward. You don't go back, right? Okay.
We have 3 free spaces so far on it, and I need to play music again. I paused the good music to play my shit music. There we go. Broside Phil has got a quite detour of bubble guns. Oh, by all means.
I present to you the dual-wield bubble guns. Yes, it's not fire.
Dumbass.
The dual-wield bubble guns. That's what I'm talking about here on DSP Gaming, baby. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my, I'm soaked. Dude, there's bubbles everywhere.
So that didn't last long, as you can tell, because it involved Phil having to clean up his office after himself. Because his fans get rewarded by seeing the bubbles. Jade loved the bubbles as well. Poor Jade.
Okay. Let's see here. We have Cyrax Groiper, who became a...
Did I end that too quick? Hold on. So I'm sorry. Broside Phil said, just wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Apparently I ended that too quickly. Okay. Second.
I present to you the dual-wield bubble guns.
Yeah, we've seen this bit. We've seen this bit. Yeah. Okay. What did I miss? What did I miss?
Oh my god. Wow. Oh my, I'm soaked. Dude, there's bubbles everywhere. It went absolutely everywhere on my setup. That's right. I'm a Kimbo bubble, baby. Yeah. Woo. All right. I dare you to say I'm still on level 1 now. But anyway, I have to now get a tissue and clean because like the bubbles went.
You're still on level 1, Phil. You're still on level 1. You will perpetually be on level 1. I dare you to say, alright, you're level 1, but easy.
Sub over on Kick. Thank you to Cyrax Groiper for our first sub of the day.
Alright, I can't. I'm not pausing anymore. I'm gonna let Phil.
I don't really know what Groiper means. I think it has something to do with political stuff, right? I don't know. It sounds bad to me. Groiper? Is this supposed to be a positive term? Groiper? Like it's a group on the internet or whatever? I don't even know. I'm lost. It sounds weird to me. It sounds like groper. Like you're gonna grope someone. You're gonna like grab their ball sack or something. It doesn't sound good to me.
I love how Phil's first instinct, when I think of a groper, I think of a man groping a woman, because that's generally how it goes. You know, usually women are more likely to be groped than a man would be. Just generally speaking, it's usually a woman who'd be on the receiving end of being groped. But Phil's first instinct is to think of a man being groped. Preferably he wants to be the one getting groped off a man.
It doesn't. I don't find any positive association with the word groiper. It's a reference to a bad word, is it? It means a racist or an anti-Semitic? Does it? Well, then there you go. So don't put it on the leaderboard? All right. Well, we'll do Cyrax G then. That's why I asked, because I had no idea what it meant. I have no clue. I'm ignorant to this nonsense. Cyrax the rapper anyway. Did a $2 super chat and says, PPP acts like a crazy ex-girlfriend. Dude, did you see his reaction? All right. He says to me multiple times over the course of several months, hey man, so yeah, I got too worked up and I said things that were inflammatory and insulting to you and your wife, and I'm sorry about it. And I wouldn't blame you if you want to break off all contact with the casino, you know, that's your call, you know, and it's fine. So after him doing this multiple times, I break off all contact with the casino and I kick him off my show, Smart Guys, and he immediately snaps and turns into like a spurned ex-girlfriend. Literally sending me, you F word, you F this, F that, even though literally a week or 2 weeks before he had said, oh, I owe you big time for this favor you did going on Steve's show. He immediately says, oh, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you any favors, you F, 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 ungrateful F, F, F. The guy's nuts. The guy's fucking nuts. He doesn't actually understand. The best stuff that we profited from was my idea. It was my idea to reach out and talk to them. It was my idea to have a crossover. It was my idea to do the co-op commentary on the Rich documentary. Okay, all that was the biggest stuff we ever did. All right, after that, it was all the ball in their court. So what did they do? Okay, there was one show where I talked with the guy who owns Kiwi Farms, Josh Moo, right? After that, it was literally fail, fail, fail. They couldn't do anything. Oh, we can't get this guy. We can't get that guy. This guy's ghosting us. This guy won't do it. But I don't understand. The whole premise of me working with you is that you had all these connections. You had a Rolodex of important people who all wanted to deal with me, and now there was access, and we could do all this great content together. And one by one, they got turned down over and over and over. Literally falling apart. They looked like buffoons. Now, did we talk about this publicly? Of course not. But that's what was happening behind the scenes. They had no clout, no reach, no power. They were a bunch of losers. Now, am I going to sit here and dump on them every day? No. So instead, I just kind of ignored it, and people were asking me, Phil, why aren't you doing anything with the casino? Why aren't you doing any work with them? Because they can't make anything work. Every idea that they've had has failed. Literally every one. So I'm just sitting around doing my own thing, and it's like, oh, I don't understand, Phil. I thought you had momentum. Well, I did, until they ran out of ideas and had no clout to do anything. So then what ended up happening was, you know, we basically didn't do anything for a long time, and then this year we started Smart Guys, and the only ideas that PPP could come up with was completely change Phil into a drama content creator, which I don't want to do. I don't want to be a villain on the internet. I don't want to start drama and arguments with other people. It's ridiculous, stupid. So that's funny, like, it starts off one way, but then basically their own shortcomings, the fact that literally no one actually wants to work with them because no one likes them. They basically have burned every bridge. Everyone knows that they're bad news. Everyone knows that they're a bad association, right? So everyone turns to us, no, we don't want to work with you. So now what do? Oh, I guess we got to build our own lolcow universe, copying Keemstar. So let's have DSP and Steve Cambion and others be part of our lolcow universe, and we'll all go at each other with staged drama. If I had known that's what they were going to want to do from day one, I never would have got ever involved. But that's what they degraded to. That's all they could do. They don't have any power to do anything. They suck, you know?
Bruh.
Let's see. Jalen did a $5 super chat. I'm riding with you till the wheels fall off. You're entertaining and I love your content. Well, thank you, Jalen. I really wish I didn't have this frog in my throat today, but I think it's allergies because everything's starting to bloom outside now. And I get bad allergies when that happens. So my throat was like gunked up today.
Burger?
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Okay. Cyrex the Rapper did a $2 super chat. PPP insults your wife because he wants to be here. I don't know about that. I will say this. I feel bad because I know the guy is lonely as shit. Seriously. Lonely as shit. 100% lonely as hell. The guy has no friends. Okay, he's being honest. He has no real friends.
Look who's talking.
He's messaging me in the middle of the night. It's like 1 a.m. for me. And I'm like getting ready for bed. Do you know what time it is for him? He's East Coast. It's like 4 a.m. The dude's fucking messaging me in the middle of the night. He wants me to fly out to Florida to go to a bar to see Hulk Hogan. What are you talking about? No, I have no desire to do that. I'm happily married. I don't want to fly to Florida to spend time with you. Like, what are you talking about, dude? It's just very bizarre. Again, you know, I've never been in that life situation, so maybe I just don't understand. But, you know, it's just weird. I feel like he really does feel like I betrayed him, even though he doesn't understand that I was happily married. I mean, I am happily married. I'm not looking for a close friend to hang out with. I certainly don't need to fly to Florida to spend time at a bar with someone. Okay? It's weird shit. It is like, you know, again, like it felt like he was attaching himself to me in this friendly way. I was like, nah, I just want to do some work with you so that we could actually like make money and do fun stuff together and we'd benefit. And then their ideas just flopped and flopped and flopped. It's like, damn, this sucks. I was open to suggestions as long as it didn't mean that it changes everything I am on the internet. You know what I mean? Weird. But no, I don't think he wanted to be my wife, but I really do feel like he had he doesn't have any friends, right?
And you fucking do.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay, so this Groiper term, it's a term for Nick Fuentes' white nationalist fan base. Basically, it means that you're a racist. Okay. I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't sure. I didn't understand. That's why I asked. Okay. Gotcha. Thanks for the tip. Dave Davey did a $2 super chat. He says, why won't you say this to their face? Because I'm not going to ever be a part of their content ever again. I'm not going to go on their show. What are you, retarded? What?
Because you're a shite bag. You had a chance to fucking say it to their face, but you refused to because you're too much of a fucking coward. You fucking let Trill P walk all over your wife, and you fucking just laughed it off. Multiple fucking times.
Why would I ever give them another moment of time? If I'm going to say this, it'll be in my content, so I benefit, I get the views, I get the boost. I'm not going to give them anything ever again. They don't deserve it. What did they do to deserve more of my time?
Well, invite them on your show so you can say it to their face then. That way you fucking profit from it.
You're out of your mind. What's up, Game Boy? How are you today, man?
Oh, so the person that gave him that super chat responded up by saying, "So you're a coward then." David gave him that. So yeah, they're not long for this world.
So I'm a coward? No, I'm intelligent, you stupid idiot. When you have someone who is your opposition, who's someone who has nothing but disdain for you and can do nothing but personally gain out of your involvement, you don't involve yourself with them. Don't you get it? That's how you fuck them. You don't give them the free win. You don't walk into the lion's den like a moron and give them a freebie. Well, that's the dumbest thing possible.
Remember, Phil is trying to imply that his content he's creating right now is very positive and meaningful and chill. So far, it's just a whole bunch of copium and Phil being salty that the Kick audience are no longer giving him the money he thinks he deserves.
Foggy Bottom, thanks for a $2 super chat. Ghost, how are you? Oh, I have no idea what's going on with your chat. I'm not seeing that, Zayas. My chat is working fine. Oh, yes, I'm well aware that every time that I talk about them, you know they're going to clip the content because this is all they do. Again, they're hacks. They don't have content. The only way that the casino has content is to copy someone else's content. Do you get it? They have no original content. Their original content doesn't work. Like when Andy tries to play a game at night, they lose all their viewers. They all leave. They don't have original content. All they can do is make fun of others. So...
And your throwback content doesn't get views. What does that say about your content? Your content struggles to get fucking good numbers and traction.
That's what I mean. Like that of course, they are, oh yeah, I hope Phil talks about us today so we can clip it and we can talk about it. Yeah, I get it. That's called lowbrow, dumbest, lowest common denominator, garbage content, bottom of the barrel, shoveling shit for dumb people. I get it.
Oh no. Why damn it, why damn? Crap. I thought, damn it, I blame the ad blocker. How far behind was I in Phil? Damn it, I don't know how far behind I was. Crap. I need to find where I was now.
It's out, tiered rewards of glasses and fucking hats invested.
Okay, so that's too far back. So go here.
Foggy Bottom, thanks for a $2 super chat.
I think it's over here actually. I think it was around about here.
They don't have content.
Yeah, so it's right over here. Okay.
They don't have original content. All they can do is make fun of others. So
I'll leave it here.
That's what I mean. Like that of course, they are, oh yeah, I hope Phil talks about us today so we can clip it and we can talk about it. Yeah, I get it. That's called lowbrow, dumbest, lowest common denominator, garbage content, bottom of the barrel, shoveling shit for dumb people. I get it. Okay. All right. Well, I have an important topic to talk about. It's about Disco Elysium because I don't know what to do about this game. I'm really torn about this, guys. All right. So
before we continue here on Phil's bullshit and rambling, we currently have 3 free spaces, 2 for snorts and 1 for sips. So that means we are 4 away from a full house.
Let's talk. Actually, hold on a second. Let me get the Minecraft set. I'll put it over there, and we'll have it saved for Sunday for the birthday marathon.
Who fucking
okay?
cares?
Cool.
Make the bad man stop.
Fuck you, Phil. Fuck you, Phil.
Fuck you and your friends.
Well, it's no wonder you don't have any friends. Come the fuck off.
Thank you very much to Broadside Phil for popping a 12-month bingo Barry membership message saying, "Holy fuck, you milked me for $60." I didn't milk you for anything. I don't milk big beefy guy. I don't know. There was no nice way of saying that. There was no safe way of saying that. But, I'm not a milker. I'm the milky.
So, here's the deal. What's going on with Disco Elysium? All right. So I played it last week.
Phil, we don't care. But yeah. One person has been massively supporting you, but no one else seems to fucking care. So yeah, and so now you're worried and concerned. Yeah. Basically, you need people's buy-in that are going to come along and support it, not just one person carrying the whole fucking thing on the backs, like email did for Elden Ring.
For around 2 hours, the premiere stream, and Disco Elysium is essentially kind of like The Secret of Monkey Island, but with insane amounts of dialogue. Okay, like for me, this game is a combination of, I would say, Phoenix Wright and Monkey Island. That's kind of what it feels like to me. It is a point-and-click adventure game, but it has so much dialogue and dialogue choices and investigation as part of the game that it feels like it's two genres smacked together into one. So it is unique in that regard, okay? And I've actually enjoyed it. I played it now for 4 hours. The first 2 hours of me just getting into the game, doing the initial murder investigation, meeting people, getting used to the gameplay mechanics. Last stream last night was literally 2 hours of side content. We walked into a bookstore. This bookstore had its own isolated plot line with a mystery to solve that had a supernatural element and a lot of investigation.
Well, I get it now. That's your 12-month bingo Barry membership message. So yeah, $60, you know, yeah, in memberships times 12. I get it now, yeah, there you go. And on the bright side, you know, you got to fucking enjoy the
fucking inflatable fucking crown
next to your name, so there you go. And I understood the reference. I finally got the math done.
And I used everything that I had found up to now to investigate, like a flashlight so I could see, and solving puzzles and doing dialogue checks and doing different kinds of things. And then at the end, there was like a bunch of checks and puzzles and things. And at the very end, it was 2 whole hours. This side quest. I got a bunch of experience. I leveled up like 3 times during it, got some items, got some good stuff, and I had a good time with it, okay? But wherein I feel the problem lies with Disco Elysium is very simple. It is an incredibly dialogue-heavy game. It is probably one of the most wordy games, wordy, W-O-R-D-Y, that I've ever played in my life. It's just blah, 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 and it's not—
That is your fucking existence on the internet, Phil. You won't shut the fuck up.
Non-stop. The entire game is like this, okay? This, sadly, doesn't appeal to a wide audience on a stream, I feel, okay? Essentially, what happens is I start to play this game and people completely tune out. They're like, wow, this is too wordy, I'm not that interested. And then they'll go away and then come back later or walk away from the stream, have it play in the background or whatever, right? So yesterday we started off Disco Elysium with 400 viewers.
And then they all fucked off. Phil, this happens to your streams all the goddamn fucking time. You know, you start off with decent numbers and then people get bored at the fucking tits and they'll fucking get the fuck out of there. Butterside Phil says, I'll have news for you. I'll be moving my clock 8 hours forward for your new position starting tomorrow. Does that mean you'll be in Europe? Not to try and fucking dox you or anything, but are you going to be a European side bro? Or are you going to be in the Middle East? You're in the Middle East, I see. I was trying to kind of work out roughly where you'd be. Well, I guess the Middle East as well. There you go. Jesus, man. How long will it be? That's a... Wait, so your new job, so you recently got your new job secured, but how long will you be there for then? Is that going to affect the content much on your streams?
Okay. About halfway through the stream, the entirety of the stream was disengaged.
Wait. You'll be home still. You'll be working remote. See, you're not fucking, you're lying, but that was me thinking, wow, bro's going to fucking move across the fucking planet for fucking work. No, you'll be your arse will still be home then. Okay, fair enough. That was me thinking you're going on some fucking adventure for work. No, your arse is staying put.
On YouTube, no one spoke for 7 minutes. 7 minutes straight, not a single comment in the chat.
Who fucking cares?
No one was tagging me. No one was talking to me. No one was actually engaging at all. And although people were like, well, we are watching, we have it playing in the background, no one was really caring about what happened on the stream. Just being honest. There were a few people who were engaged, but very few. It concerned me because the whole point of me being a live streamer is to put out content that engages an audience and entertains them. And the idea is they enjoy it to the fact where they want to reciprocate with engagement to me, talking with me, and then actually supporting the stream. Now, here's the funny part about all of it. Before some wise guy idiot tries to speak up and says, oh, it's a wage quit. See, Phil, you don't want to play Disco Elysium because it doesn't make you any money. The first stream of Disco Elysium made me over $200. Last night's stream of Disco Elysium that had low engagement, low viewership, and dead chats made me over $180.
He almost said low support. 130 of those $180, so from one individual.
The game actually is profitable, actually more so than the other games I'm playing. It's actually making me more, okay? Now, will it actually do that moving forward? You never know. You never know if that's sustainable or not, okay? But I just don't know what to do when every time I play this game, the attendance dwindles and the engagement is non-existent, correct? And that's the thing. If it's not all about money, it's not all about views, it's not all about engagement, it's about a combination of the three. The absolute best content as a gaming content creator is content that people turn out to watch, hang out and engage with in the chat, and support. That's the magic combination. If you only have one of the three, you can have sky-high views, but if no one's engaging the content and no one's supporting it, what's the point of the views? They're worthless. You could have a stream where there's tons and tons of engagement, but if you get no views and no support, great, you entertained 5 people, and now your business is failing, right? On the flip side of that, right? You can have a stream where someone comes by and says, wow, I really like this game, right? I really love it. I'm going to support it because I want to see you keep playing it.
That is most of your content these days, Phil. Why are you fucking ignorant? You're not that ignorant, Phil. You are an ignorant cunt, but you are not that fucking ignorant. You're very fucking aware that a lot of your content is fucking propped up primarily by a small handful of very generous individuals who fucking overly support that content to fucking make you feel the more successful than you actually are. That is just a fucking hard truth you've got to fucking accept.
So that one person or 2 people, in the case of this, there were like 3 people yesterday who were very generous. 1 was incredibly generous, and 2 were also generous, and added up to a lot of support, right? But it's like 3 people. You're not streaming for 3 people. You know what I mean? If that's the case, you might as well do private streams.
Actually, are you always going to audit every stream list? Because if so, then I hope you fucking maintain this sort of thing for every other game you play. Like, are you going to fucking seriously fucking say, well, this game did quite well, but that was because so-and-so gave most of the fucking money, so I'm not going to play this game. So every single game, Phil, spoiler alert, Phil, every single fucking game you play from now until like you fucking the day you fucking die is going to have exact same sort of fucking metrics to it. Every single fucking one, because that has been the pattern of your gaming content for the last several fucking years. You fucking played Baldur's Gate, even though you said it killed the fucking channel. You kept fucking playing that shit because it guaranteed you $100 per stream. And that's why you kept that fucking game in the fucking rotation. Because it guaranteed you money. You fucking hypocrite.
People just privately finance. And I stopped doing that. I had that available on my Patreon, where you could, pledge $50 or more, and I would do like a 20-minute private video for you or whatever. So technically, yeah, I could do a private playthrough, but it's not what I do. I'm broadcasting for a public audience. Like, that's the whole idea. So how do I tell if a game is working or not? I just don't know. To me, like, I like the game and it's unique and it's interesting, and I like to keep playing it. But when the entire audience is saying this is boring and you only get like 2 people who are supporting it, but they're supporting highly, then what do? I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't have the answer. That's why I'm presenting this to all of you. This has nothing to do with wage quitting. It's actually more, I understand that most people aren't liking the game. To me, Disco Elysium seems like the kind of game that you could really enjoy for yourself. You play it, you mess with dialogue options, you like the wordiness of it, you play it at your own pace, there's no rush, there's no, oh, I have to make a witty joke here as I'm playing it or whatever. It's simply, you play it and you enjoy it, right, for yourself. There are games that just aren't good streaming games, okay? And I just don't know what to do about it.
Who fucking
So Switch Treats,
cares?
No Lie, was the big supporter last night. Says, I say drop it, I love it, but like you said, it's not for the audience at large. Hearts to Heart says, no, you should give it another stream. Dummy Koala says, I don't know. Support was good, chat interaction was low. It might be a game played offline. See, it's a tough call. It's not even a situation where it's like, hey, a lot of people like it, but no one supported it. Can we get some people to step up and support it? I feel like that's an easier situation. It really is. Because it's like, then you might have some people who are like, oh, okay, I am liking it. You know what? I will support it. Let's keep it in the rotation. You can't make people watch what they don't like. You know what I'm saying? Nor would I actually ask people, hey, stick around and watch the content you don't like. The whole
You kinda actually do that regularly, Phil, these days. Even if it's not your kind of game, please do this, please do that.
Member bomb.
My biggest fans are idiots.
Thank you very much to Broside Phil for gifting 5 members to the channel, which gives us another free space. It means we're free away from a full house. So thank you, Broside Phil, for gifting 5 members, and congratulations to the following people for getting a membership. Congratulations to Brianna, Willow the Kid, Bill Brasky, Welsh Lady, and finally, Eric K. So if you just got a membership, then make sure you thank Broside Phil for gifting it, and of course thank you Broside Phil for the support, as well as that giving us a free space for the bingo. We are free away from a full house. If we get 100 likes with one bingo, and we're also 20 seconds of begging away from our free space, so there we go. We are close to we're close to winning here, guys, and we're close to then just getting on with marbles and picking a winner. As soon as bingo ends, we can get onto the marble stuff and see who gets to win half of that bingo prize fund. So yeah, the power's in your hands, guys. 100 likes means bingo is won. So no pressure, but hint hint, like the stream, ya bams. Also, Phil, as I said, Phil, you have literally, you've literally asked people and pleaded with people to fucking stay and give the content a chance. you know, how many seconds beg away? We're 20 seconds away of Phil begging for a free space. We're 20 seconds. If Phil starts begging again, basically, that's not a free space.
What I'm saying? Nor would I actually ask people, hey, stick around and watch the content you don't like. The whole thing that I say is I'm a variety streamer. Come and watch the content I put out that you like. If at any given moment you don't like a game, there's another one of a different genre coming later today. Do you not like Adamfall? Then come back for Pirate Yakuza. Okay? Do you not like Suikoden or Suikoden 1 Remake? Then come back for Street Fighter. Right? It's all different. And that's the good thing about my content. You have that variety. You're never really stuck with one thing. But, man, I'm being told, no exaggeration, Disco Elysium is 40 hours long. 40 hours of a game where I can't even get 200 viewers? I didn't even have 200 viewers last night. Like I said, we started with over 400. I had like 140, 50 on YouTube and 40 on K.
Well, people got so bored of you, they left. Because a lot of people are fucking playing Disco Elysium and they're getting good numbers playing the game. So if the game is doing well for our content creators, some even smaller than you, then I would say it's not the game that's to blame, but you.
That's the lowest attendance I've had for anything. Like, literally anything. I don't think I've had lower attendance. So I'm not really sure. I mean, right now, I have 79 viewers on Kick, and I have over 300 viewers on YouTube. We have 400 total viewers. Do you see?
Yeah, but the podcasts are more interested in your gameplay. You know that for yourself. You know fucking people when they fuck off once your podcast ends.
And I'm just shooting the shit, just talking about random topics. So, I mean, I don't know what to do about it. It just doesn't seem like a game that's engaging to an audience. But maybe it is a great game that deserves praise, and a game that people should play in their private time. The thing is, I don't have private time to game. I don't. I literally don't game in my private time. All my private time is spent with my wife, my cat, maintaining a household, doing things outside of...
Oh god, every time he fucking tries to fucking make himself sound more busy than actually is, it fucking kills me. Oh my god, it caught me off guard. I expected it, and it still caught me off fucking guard. Oh my god. I need to hear that again. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. Like, Jesus Christ, man. One more time. One more fucking time.
That people should play in their private time. The thing is, I don't have private time to game. I don't. I literally don't game in my private time. All my private time is spent with my wife, my cat, maintaining a household, doing things outside of gaming. So...
Like what?
I'm honestly not sure how to handle a game like this. Because like right now, I can tell you, so we're doing Adamfall and Pirate Yakuza today. Tomorrow we're doing the Suikoden remake, and we're going to do more Inzoi on the late stream.
Oh god, I want to hear it one more time. I'm so sorry. I want to hear that one. I know we're behind, but that shit was hilarious to me.
I literally don't game in my private time. All my private time is spent with my wife, my cat, maintaining a household, doing things outside of gaming.
Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
So, I'm honestly not sure how to handle a game like this. Because like right now, I can tell you, so we're doing Adamfall and Pirate Yakuza today. Tomorrow we're doing the Suikoden remake, and we're going to do more Inzoi on the late stream. But then the question arises on Wednesday or on Friday, do I play more Disco Elysium? Or do we just say, we gave it a shot, we're done with it? I don't know. And like I said, the other thing is, this is what ends up happening, right? So we had an incredibly supportive person. What the hell just happened with my chat? We had an incredibly supportive person last night. All right. Swiss Treats. Giant tip. So we had to go right away. This is amazing. Thank you so much, Swiss Treats, right? But I don't want to put pressure on one or more people that they know that they're the only people who are supporting a gameplay through, and if they don't show up and support it, that it's a night that's a dead night. I don't want to put that on anyone. And I feel like they might actually start feeling that they know, oh, I'm the only person who's coming by and throwing any kind of support for this. So if I'm not there, Phil's gonna have a dead night. I don't want that. I feel like that's kind of unfair.
Free
and Swiss Treats literally told me to stop playing it.
That's a beg. Free space.
Okay. What are we doing more Call of Duty? I don't know. I actually didn't put any into the schedule for this week at all. I kind of left it out because last week when we played it didn't do so well. And quite honestly, I think I've been playing it a lot and I wanted to give it a break and do other stuff. So that's why like this week with Adamfall, with Inzoi, it kind of allows us to focus more on that stuff and not really worry too much about Call of Duty. Maybe I'll go back to Call of Duty when it updates, because apparently updates this week, I think. I think people were telling me like the end of this week there's a big season update and there's going to be new maps and stuff. So maybe we go back to it next week when all that's in effect. Excuse me. And there you go. Swiss Street says, yeah, I can't afford to come by every stream of Disco Elysium, so it makes sense to find a game that everyone enjoys together, right? Am I still subscribed to Nexus Mods? I guess so, because I don't think I ever unsubscribed. So I guess I am.
It's like I love how so if the streams do well, it's because his content is so positive and meaningful and wonderful, and it's a whole lot better than everyone else's content. If it doesn't do well, time to blame the game. Steve, get a fucking song. I sent you a song. I sent Steve a song, and he still no sung it. If I don't hear Steve sing that song for Chicken King of the Ring, I'm gonna fucking read like I've never read before. I gave you a banger. Okay, so it's a pretty simple fucking song with simple fucking lyrics, but you know it fucking work well.
He watches too much WWE. John starts getting text messages at 5, 6 o'clock.
I received a $2.25 tip from Puffy Nipples. No, Soggy Nipples. Do you think that the casino fakes views? Do you think 3,000 people are watching them? I have no idea. I will tell you this. There's definitely viewbotting going on in general, because it's happening to me. Look at what happened during the stream of Smart Guys with Ethan Ralph. All of a sudden, my views on both YouTube and Kick skyrocket out of nowhere. Right? Like, what is going on? And then of course they don't count. That's the thing about view bots. They don't count. Like, you don't keep those views. You only see them temporarily, but they don't record. So it may at first look like you're getting more attention, and then it goes away anyway. So it doesn't matter. It's just a waste of time and money. So I don't even understand it. I don't understand it. But I don't know. The thing is, I can't comment on that on Kino Casino because I don't watch them. If I watch them and I could look at the behavior, like for example, the way that you could definitely tell there's a view bot is all of a sudden an insane amount of viewers rush in at once. And then all of a sudden an insane amount of viewers all leave at once. That's a telltale sign of viewbotting, okay? If you see a gradual increase and a gradual decrease, that's more natural. So I don't know if the casino has that or not. I'm not gonna, like, I'll talk shit about them from stuff I know. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to make stuff up, you know? So I have no clue. Well, I know that there's viewbotting going on. For sure, there's viewbotting going on. And I don't know what the intent is. Like I said yesterday, I think the reason they tried to viewbot Smart Guys is because they actually thought that Ethan Ralph would do a ridiculous amount of stuff not allowed on YouTube. And because the stream would have so many views, that YouTube would like act on it right away, which by the way, isn't the case. Just for the record, YouTube is like, they drag their feet on everything. They don't move fast in any situation whatsoever. They're really slow. So none of that even matters. But Cyrax Groiper is claiming that they used to mess with Ralph using bots. It's on the record. They have a history, so they wouldn't be surprising. Again, I don't know. I can't. I'm not going to talk out of my ass about something that I don't know and I have no evidence of. I can tell you about from my experiences with those guys what I actually know or don't know from, you know, how they behave and what actually went down. I'm not going to just make shit up to start drama. I just speak facts. Okay, so I have no clue. Go says, do you ever think there will be a day with civility between you and Kino Casino? Not friendship, but civility. It's this simple. You ready? I have absolutely, positively nothing to gain from bringing them up or causing drama regarding them.
And yet you keep talking about them every fucking day.
Zero. My audience doesn't care about drama. You guys,
and yet you keep bringing them up anyway.
You guys are not coming to my streams to hear me talk shit. I've tried it with Rich, with LTG, with Ralph, with others. No one cares. You guys are here to chill, to talk games, to talk events, to hang out, to have a good time. That's what you're here for. That's the audience that I have basically created in the 17 years that I've been a creator.
You created them. Yeah, you created them. Your finest creation was Jay, but if something went wrong in the creation process and the poor fucking guy, his chair keeps squeaking. It was a build creation, nothing you could do.
No one is coming here to hear me felt someone, even though I do it from time to time. There's literally no benefit from it. People would much rather see me enjoy a game and then support that stream than hear me sit here crapping on Kino Casino for an hour. Because I could do it. I could sit here and have an entire stream where all I do is I reveal all the stuff that we went through together and I slander them and I smash them and crush them and fell them or whatever you want to call it. I could do that. But I have nothing to benefit from it. Zero. It would just be me venting. Maybe I'd feel a little better, but it wouldn't actually help anything. So what's the point? This will all end the day when they stop talking about me. And that I don't think will ever happen, because if you know the way their show works, it's a rotating thing. They don't have content. They rely on others. So all they're going to do is rotate around talking about me and everyone else that they talk about. Again, the Beardsons, the Ethan Ralphs, everyone who they work, the Nick Ricketas, whatever. And I'll just be one of the many people that they talk about over time. Every once in a while, they'll think guys did something stupid and they'll bring it up and they'll make fun of me. And then they'll just move on to someone else on their list and they'll just keep going. And that's really it. I'm not going to keep bringing them up because I don't care. Literally, I don't even know what they talk about. I don't even know what they've said about me now because I haven't watched a single second of their content.
Why would I lie?
I imagine it's like breathing for you.
Since I dumped PPP and told him I'm not doing content with him anymore, that was literally the last piece I ever seen. Remember, he freaked out and he was like, you won't respond to my Twitter because you know it's true. I didn't see what's on his Twitter. I never looked. I don't care. I'm so far above and past this nonsense. I really am. And this is what they don't understand. I'm up here when it comes to quality and morals and everything. They're way the fuck down here. The problem is everyone else is down there with them because they're all stupid. So they make money and they get views, but I don't care. I'm up here above that shit. Way past it. More mature. I don't give a shit about it. So again, I'm not going to be caring about what they say and do. They can do whatever they want. And I don't have no involvement in it. But no, I don't feel like they will ever be at a moment where it's like everything's just cool, because to me now, they're going to milk me the same way they milk everyone else because that's what they want to do, because they think that's profitable for them. Because again, they don't have content. If they had content, then it would, then it wouldn't be a big deal. They don't have any content. So all they can do is just keep bringing me up and dumping on me when they feel it's appropriate and then drop it and then get back to it later so it doesn't always feel like they're beating the same dead horse, right?
Who fucking cares?
Instead of cake, I should get a cupcake for my birthday. I don't know. I feel like whatever my wife...
Jesus Christ. What a name.
I left her. She's lying. Tipped £1. I broke up with PP Sobs in corner *. He didn't break up with me. I didn't even love him.
Jesus Christ, well, that's what it feels like. For Phil to claim that he's done with them, he seems to be very aware of what we've been doing lately. Like, lately they're talking about, one of his fans as well, PWR, Pro Wrestling Retard or whatever his name is, and so this is a Phil fan who seems like quite the bizarre degenerate. He's like fucking like mid-30s, he's still living at home with his mum and dad. It sounds like he's bypassed puberty doing a speedrun of trying to fucking get through life. It's bizarre, you know what I mean? But he's like, yeah, leave Phil alone and all that shit. He's fucking, it's weird. This is an example of Phil's fan base, essentially, This is the shining example of what a Phil Burnell fan is like, Like, and it's like, it's basically some sort of fucking, like, it's like Derek's long lost fucking brother, essentially. They're a creepy little bam, it seems, They're not as forthright with their fetishes, it seems, but they're still not shy about letting people know what they like, Fuck me, man. But like, Jesus Christ, man. Well, you clearly care because you keep fucking reference things that Kino have done very recently. Sorry, saying, can we play marbles now? I mean, like, as soon as we win, it's marble time. I've paused too much, I've ranted too much, that's my fault. It has gone on longer than it should have went on, that's completely my fault. As soon as we win, I will do bingo. Boom. Marbles. Oh.
Member bomb.
My biggest fans are idiots.
And on that note, we've won. Thank you, Sonny, for gifting 10 members, which gives us 2 free spaces, which of course means we've won fucking bingo. Let me tick off the squares.
Burger.
There we go.
Full house. Oh boy, how exciting. Anyway,
that is going to add $10 more to that bingo prize fund. Fantastic stuff indeed. Thank you to Sonny for gifting 10 members to the channel. Congratulations to the following people for getting a membership. Congratulations to Lotion Up, Eric Newton, Max Power, Belloc, Boat Knight, Dent Style News Network, Weeb, Phil Mac, Cajun Kaiju, and Blame Your ISP. So there we go. That's if you just got a membership there from Sonny, make sure you thank Sonny for gifting you a membership, and of course thank you, Sonny, for winning us bingo with that member bomb. It is much appreciated. So Phil has snorted a lot, he's sipped a lot, and he's begged a lot. And also the member bombs has gotten us to a full house on bingo card. Fantastic stuff indeed. Guys, I'm not going to waste time. This has gone on long enough, Before we do anything else, let's go to current Phil and see how he's doing, shall we? Just catch up on what he's doing right now.
There's the convoy wreckage. If we leave...
Boring. Phil is currently sitting on $74.
Interchange?
So he's halfway to his goal, guys. Isn't that wonderful news? He's halfway to his fucking goal.
Who fucking cares?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to get the marbles set up, okay? And then, I'll be right back. I'm going to add the newest names to the marbles. If you have not yet got a comment on that community post, do it right fucking now. You've got to edit to win, as the old saying goes. This is your last chance of potentially winning half of that bingo prize fund for the month of March. But get in there now. I'm about to add the most newest names now. So this is your last chance, essentially. I will be right back, okay? I'm going to get the marbles added, get the marble game loaded up, whatever, and then we'll pick a random course and we'll determine who has won half that bingo prize fund for the month of March. So I will be right back.
You're a fucking loser. You should not support this guy. He had the opportunity to make serious money to entertain you, and he wouldn't do it. But you're gonna still fucking give him $200? You're gonna give him $50 to pay his fucking bills? Nah, you got a job. you, keep your money. Fuck that guy.
I'm not a children's entertainer because I'm not a Muppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer. Big ups to your dad. I eat banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I eat banana, tasty banana. Squeeze the peel, it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera. I eat banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I eat banana, tasty banana. Squeeze the peel, it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. I eat banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I eat banana, tasty banana. Squeeze the peel, it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vestry for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight. It's out of control.
Like exploding in the stream chat. People who, they pretend like they support me. They pretend like they're positive, and they're not. They're shitheads. They sit here and they sneak this, and they say underhanded things. They try to literally bring up either detractor memes or literal drama shit every day. They do it on purpose so that they can try to derail the shit that I'm doing on my streams, you know? And it just gets to the point where it's so frustrating. I just want to have fun, man. I really just want to fucking have fun. That's it. That's all I want to do is have fun.
Alright, good people. We are back. We are ready. We have all the newest marbles added. Wrestling Ranter trying to get his marble added again. He's like, I'm just going to add another comment just in case. You're on there already, pal. You know, you're okay. You know, better safe and sorry, I understand. But your name's already on there, you know. So yeah, Wrestling Ranter trying to get multiple marbles. I was like, that's a different Wrestling Ranter, honest. Good try, son. But nah, here's how it works. I'm just going to hit random. We're just going to hit random. I'll pick a random course. And then we'll play it. We have 149 marbles. This course here is a glowing, glorious glade. I'll hit random. That's the course it gave us. Let's go for it. This is it. Whoever wins, wins. Remember, before we start this, you know. So oh my god, it's a colourful looking. This is a lovely looking course. Look at this shit. So yeah, guys, here's how it works quickly, right? So we're paying attention to the top three. Why? Because the person that wins the race might not necessarily be around anymore. This is why we always fucking go with first, second, and third place. If first place wins and first place isn't there to claim it and they're fucking gone or whatever, it'll then automatically go to second place. And if they're also gone, it'll go to third place. Going by laws of averages or whatever, at least one in the fucking top three will be active to a certain degree to claim the prize. But yeah, so whoever wins, wins. And it's just, some people have suggested before of trying to have like different prizes for different people, whatever, first, second, and third, whatever. It just seems, I don't know. I mean, it seems simple just to have, you know, the lucky one person win it. You know, like, you know, all or nothing essentially, you know. There's 149 marbles here. So everyone involved here has a 1 in 149 chance of winning the marble race. It might go to somebody who's won before, you know? Who fucking knows? But yeah, guys, whoever wins this wins half of that bingo prize fund. And of course, we'll sort out details afterwards, get in touch with whatever behind the scenes, and I'll say we'll give it. Yeah, let's just get through the race, guys. Okay, this is it. This is it. Let's see who's going to win this marble This marble race. This is to win the bingo prize fund for the month of March. Good luck, everybody. Here we fucking go. Looks like a pretty straightforward start, but it splits and goes to different ways. But I think it's basically symmetrical. It looks symmetrical, doesn't it, you know? It does look, you know, identical. Both ways look identical. And they kind of converge towards the end. I'm kind of curious what happens down here. There's like a fucking... Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on what's happening at the end here. You know, obviously, we're all here. No one's died yet. 149 marbles are still alive. Hooray for that. We might get some deaths here though. This potential could kill some marbles. Who's going to be the first one to die? Destroyer! No! And Prophet's gone as well. Oh my god, it's all of death and destruction right now. Taco's all gone. Dapper Dragon's gone. Hoonigan, he's a new name. Mammon's gone as well. T-Link Soldier's gone. BST, no, not you. MRC Midnight is on their way. They're okay for now. Ufo Marbles and they're a whole bunch of death. We have lost, you know, over a dozen marbles so far. Dixie Enormous has gone. Cross has gone. Jerusalem, no. Stevie dead, no. If only your back wasn't as bad. These are the ones that are still alive right now. We do have quite a few marbles that are still alive. Gregor Lake is trying to speedrun the shit. They were unlucky. Baron, I mean, Elaine almost fucking... Oh, you fucking... If you land here, you fucking speedrun it. And Elaine almost fucking landed on it perfectly. I'm keeping an eye down here in case somebody speedruns this shit. But I don't think they're going to. Jesus, man. Oh, it's a close run thing. I'm kind of curious what happens here. Who's winning? It's hard to tell who's winning right now. Like, am I following Chase or am I following Cell Shader? Am I following these guys here? I think we should look in here. Blind Daughter, I think, is winning right now. Dash is up there as well. Lemon Curd Sandwich. Meester's involved in there as well. Bibber Flopper, but MRC Midnight looks like they have the early advantage. And Blind Daughter as well. That's my name. I can see Marble still alive in there. So Blind Daughter is ahead though. It looks like Blind Daughter has the advantage as we get towards near the end. So we're getting closer and closer to the end. And this might well be it. Blind Daughter could be the one that wins it. Putty just died. MRC Midnight is behind Codeine Crusader as well. This looks like it could be the top three here. But yeah, this is looking very good indeed for Blind Daughter, whose name has just vanished all of a sudden. Why did Blind Daughter's name just vanish? I'm getting dizzy. I'm getting very dizzy here, but this looks like this could be it. Blind Daughter. Blind Daughter has won bingo for the month of March. Whoever the hell they are, I don't know. MRC Midnight is second. Codeine Crusader is third. Fourth is Lemon Curd Sandwich. Fifth is Warren. Sixth was Nidhogg. Seventh was Dashi. Eighth was Savage Today. Ninth was Ira. And 10th was Lisa Bird. So there we go. MRC Midnight and Codeine and Codeine Crusader are both in the chat right now. Second and third are here. I'm not sure if Blind Daughter is here. So I guess, I mean, if they're not in the chat, you know, some people lurk. You know, some people like fucking don't speak, and they'll be here, but I won't say a fucking word. And all of a sudden, they'll be like, oh, I'm here the whole time, I was just lurking. Blind Daughter, are you in the chat right now? If not, I will make a community post. I'll try and make sure and reach out to you that way, whatever. Hopefully YouTube will let you know as well. The person that finished first was Blind Daughter. But yeah, here are our results here. This is the top three, which is the most important thing. The top three are the most important stats. Blind Daughter was first. MRC Midnight was second. Codeine Crusader was third. So there we go. I don't think Blind Daughter's in the chat, however, but I will be making a community post later on, tagging all three. Also MRC Midnight and Codeine Crusader are here. They know they finished second and third. But I'll make a community post tagging all three of them, you know. And Blind Daughter will have a chance to get in touch with me and reach out. If Blind Daughter is not able to get in touch with me in some capacity, I mean, if I don't respond to a community post, if I don't get an email from them, whatever, and you know, I will obviously, it means at midnight, MRC Midnight will win the prize instead, you know. But that's so. Yeah, that's it. You know, so that is bingo for the month of March. We have a winner for the month of March. Blind Daughter's Marble won it, you know. It's not something. It's not a name we're familiar with. You know, there's somebody I imagine they lurk. They may observe and just watch quietly. You know, of their own time with her. But yeah, that's how it goes. You've got to be in it to win it, as the old saying goes. But of course, if they want to actually win it, I've got to hear back from them eventually, you know, at some point in time. So yeah, I'll make a community post. I'll give them time to get in touch with me. If I don't hear from them, you know, if in a few weeks or whatever, then yes, I think it's fair to say MRC Midnight would then win the prize instead, because Blind Daughter was, you know, not responding. But we'll give it time. We'll have to give these things time, and we have to give them a chance to claim the prize. It's only fair. Did I survive? Did I finish a course? I finished in 34th place. I was a #1 ranked Scotsman. I think. Yeah, I think I was #1 ranked Scotsman. Yeah, hooray for that. Good stuff indeed. Anyway, that is bingo done for the month of March, guys. We are all said and done, and that is all she wrote for that. Good stuff indeed. Let's get out of marbles. Let's get out of here in general. You know, how's Phil doing? Live Phil is he's still in $76. Oh, poor Phil. He's not. That's not very good, Phil. That's not very good. He's over halfway though. He's over halfway to the goal, so that's a very important thing. Who cares? Otters. Oh, lovely otters. Thank God for otters. I am going to wrap things up there, guys. Thank you very much for joining me for some robust antics when it comes to the bingo and the marbles, and of course we're ending off on otters. Congratulations once again to Blind Daughter. As I said, I will make a community post to tag all 3 channels that came first, second and third to let them know about the marble stuff, obviously. But yeah, I mean, as I said, you know, MRC Midnight including Crusader are regulars, you know, so they know they came second and third. So really, the community post will essentially be to try and get in touch with Blind Daughter to see if they can, or if they're around to claim the prize. And as I said, if I don't hear from them, then it will go to MRC Midnight instead, you know. So there you go. But as I said, we'll have to give it time though. We have to give them time to try and get claim the prize. But I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, of course, is the start of a brand new month. So the start of a brand new month tomorrow. You know, so the bingo prize fund will reset tomorrow. Just because, you know, that's how it fucking works, you know. So we start again. April Fools tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully we can get another good robust bingo prize fund built up for the month of April. Hopefully we can win a lot of bingos, get some more bingo prize fund money added that way, of course. And yeah, hopefully by the end of April, it could be you that wins half of that bingo prize fund. We'll have to fucking wait and see. You have to win it. You have to be in it to win it, as the old saying fucking goes. But guys, I'm going to wrap things up there. Thank you once again, as I said, for joining me. I hope you all had a good time. Hope you all had fun. I'm going to end how it always end by playing notorious PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. Is WPIG still alive, or are they fucked off? I have a feeling they fucked off. Yeah, WPIG fucked off, I think. Yeah, they did. So you got Marked One who's shooting right now. You got Dark Days Murder, and you got Raw Phil. I think I'll live redirect you guys to Marked One. Okay, that seems fair. That seems fucking fair. But there you go. I'm going to wrap things up there, as I said. You know, I do hope you all enjoy the rest of your Monday, however you're to spend it, and hopefully you can now chill and be as relaxed as this otter is right here, who's just having a grand old time, loving life in the Vancouver Aquarium. But until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah. Money, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, yeah. Money, me the money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.